Scott. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Found mine. Never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. We choke game, how to have a game so. It's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the mind state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Till it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste if you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus a mule and 8 acres, a lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'm a fucker, then I leave her. It's the old Mac knees, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac knees.
Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through and wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dropping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, I beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tail, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, pushing packs, all I do is make squeal. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supply. Random Uber man, here to get away drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know? Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile. Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp. This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle. My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. It's all a hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Hold out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle. It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up, Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
What's happening, top of the morning, good people? It's Bogard Scott free.
Yeah, all right. Let's smoke some weed. Let's see who's up in the chat. Trying out some of these LP exotics right now. The Mango Kush. I got a question for you, Bogey.
What's up? I might got an answer.
So
I'm not guaranteeing it.
we got a lot of like when you deal with the dispensaries or anything, you got like the prepackaged dates, right?
Yeah.
And like I see a lot where it's like
The
harvested, July, packaged beginning of September or whatever, like shit like that. This one that I'm
like a week ago.
No. So the harvest date was 4/14.
Wow.
Final test date 6/13. Packaging date 8/14. Give me a little insight on why it would be so far apart.
I would assume it's a lot of volume that they have to deal with, and like as far as the curing process goes, maybe like this particular one required X amount of weeks for the curing process. Okay. But that also could be that, and add on the fact that there's hella in line to get. It could also be the facility size. Like, okay, we have X amount hanging, and then X amount curing. And then, like once that one moves out, the next one moves in, and it could be just as simple as that. They're just behind. You know what I mean?
And this one,
that is alarming. I don't think I've ever personally seen something go that long, but also things don't last long on the shelves out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like this one. Yeah. This one that I'm smoking, Nature's Chemistry. I'm not smoking it, but going to garlic cookies. Harvest date 8/16. Final testing date 8/12, packaging 9/13. So it's like, I mean, I would assume that it's like that, right? You get the shit packaged, boom, boom, you get it fucking, packaged up after that, and you get it ready to go.
Because they don't say, they go from harvest date to packaging date, and it's what everything that happens in between time. You know what I mean?
Well, on here it shows the harvest date, the final testing date, and then the packaging date.
Okay, yeah. So the final testing's after all the curing and all that shit and manicuring, and all that process is done by the time they get to the final testing, obviously, because that's when they said that's when it's sent out to the lab or someone comes in, however their process specifically works, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you got to get the tree cleared before it can go to packaging and get to the distributors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What up, PB and waivers? What's everybody smoking on out there? You heard what I'm smoking on. I'm smoking on some Mango Kush right now. I do like the little boost package thing that they have in there just to make sure that it stays fresh.
Yeah.
There's no complaints for me being vacuum sealed, even though, it's harvested 4 months ago. I mean, it's fresh as fuck when I'm hitting it right now because of the little boost pack or whatever. Making sure it doesn't dry out.
I mean, and then also, the way they're stored, like, honestly, I mean, just your jars alone. I remember there was a period where you were like, oh, yeah, I still got some of that woo, right? Had it on the desk. probably from like 6-7 months prior, right?
Yeah.
And that's in the jar. We're okay with it. I guess it matters when we're actually buying something right?
Yeah.
Buying something. We don't want to be like, I'm buying some shit that's been sitting around for 5 months. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then it's like, the conditions they keep it in and all that shit, and the lengths they go to keep these things fresh, and the quality control is there. You know what I mean? Unless you're getting to like the smaller mom and pops, or even and it's very rare to find those nowadays. They're pretty much underground, unless what I'm saying, because everything is everyone is marching to the beat of their drum right now, as far as the regulations go, etc. You know what I mean?
Philly Mike OG said he's smoking a Pineapple Express Delta 9 card. Okay. And where are you at, Philly Mike OG? Where are you at in the country? Chase is smoking on some Golden Goat. Let's go.
I don't knock anybody for the Delta 8s and 9s and stuff like that anymore after I got some more insight on it.
Yeah,
I actually feel for them that like this is, like, hey, at least they got that when they can't get their hands on some good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. You know how these laws are, but better than nothing, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is. I mean, it's scientifical. That's probably why I wouldn't fuck with it, because even like when all my homies that were parolees and whatnot, and they would come out and they had drug charges and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't smoke, so they're smoking on that spice. I can't remember. That's the street term for it, or at least what they used to call it when you go to them smoke shops. But like, it's basically some swag that they sprayed with some shit, bro. You know what I mean? And when I say swag, it ain't even like weed swag. It's like some other shit, like some.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
okay,
then,
well, Philly Mike OG's in New York, so I mean, it's fully legal over there. What's the reason for the Delta 8 or Delta 9 cart? Is it just cheaper? Is it more accessible? But yeah, curious why you'd go for that over maybe like a live resin cart, or I mean.
Well, I do hear that. Remember, Hess did say when they make the concentrates out of them, they pack quite the punch. The Delta 9s and then the THCX as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, and especially when they get it to the gummies or the edibles, because like the way your kidney will metabolize it. And it's really dope when he explains the shit, because he's very good. He's almost like, that's probably why he goes and speaks everywhere. You know what I mean? Because he knows how to like break things down for the layman's like myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
yeah, but that Delta 9 and just that whatnot. You know what I mean? Hey, I wonder if that shows up and piss tests. I mean, or shows.
That's what's crazy, right? Because I mean, if it's
I would see
it's as legal as beer, like I know that like when they do drug tests, I mean, I know that sometimes they're like testing for alcohol, but I think it's like insanely high like amounts because it gets out of your system.
Also, I think they would be checking. I mean, it's like, they usually. If you're on a driving job and crash, they're going to drug test you. And depending on what kind of driving job and what kind of company, they might even blood test you. Because that's just more expensive, right? Usually they hit you with the piss test. It's real cheap to do. But
for sure,
a lot of times they can just do it in the office too. Because they have little strips or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And that's good. Philly Mike OG said they don't test for THC here unless you're applying for a driving job, which makes sense, like, because that's the one thing that still sucks about weed in general is there's no test that they can test you. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're this high right now, this exact moment.
They got to catch you like this. You're like, no. Oh, shit, cop. Start rolling down the window.
That's what's crazy.
Like, you don't even got the power window. You start rolling down.
Even like that, like I've been pulled over like that before, like literally hitting a bowl, of weed and like really high and smelling like weed in the car, but then passing all the DUI tests because I'm not drunk.
There's a commercial. It's a kid. He's a minority, and it's a don't drive high commercial. And he's like, when you're high, you drive high. It just means that you're driving high. Don't drive high. It's like, man, my girl drives the best high. I'd rather have her high when she's driving. She don't even smoke that much anymore right now, currently. But like, she's just, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people like that. I'd rather play video games high. I'd rather fuck high. I'd rather do everything high, bro. And driving, it's the dumbasses that shouldn't drive, period.
Yeah. I mean, we all know those enhancement smokers, it's very true. Yeah. You ever seen Scent of a Woman?
With Al Pacino?
Yeah. You ever seen Scent of a Woman on weed, man.
I forgot. I thought you were actually asking me. The only way to watch it, man.
It's so funny. Is like, hey, Scarface, right? Love Al Pacino, man. Have you seen Son of a Woman? You know, that's like his favorite movie to watch on weed, right? It's got to be.
Yo, I don't know, B.
Emil said I can't have sex when I'm high. I trip out. I mean, see, what's crazy is you hear about, you know, those ladies who like, you know, they have sex for the first time while they're like stoned or whatever, or maybe the first couple times. Then it's like they can't orgasm without being high.
I'll tell you this much, bro. Like, if there's ever a way to be simpatico with your female partner when you're putting that pipe down, you know what I'm saying? You might want to load that pipe up first. You know what I mean? I like fucking high. You know, and then like there's even stuff you can buy, bro, at like I've never walked into these sex shops, but like my younger sister, she used to do those like parties where you sell like items and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Tupperware parties, but for like whatever the hell they're selling.
Yeah, for like sex toys or whatever.
Yeah.
And like they had these things. It's like they're like raspberry like drops type of shit because apparently raspberry cleanses the palate. So it's like great for cotton mouth because then you know you're not like trying to tongue down your lady all cotton mouth or like she's trying to dome you up and she got the cotton mouth on your dick and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's just all kind of stuff, man. Like I mean, look at. I have the theory. I believe in the stone monkey theory that we all came from primates that microdosed off the psilocybin mushrooms and over a period of time and made us the unique forms of life that we are now. So, yeah, I mean, but don't get me started. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to the crew. Let's see who's up in here. Shout out to our man, Crispy.
What up, Pops?
Shout out to Derek. Salute.
Derek.
Shout out to Marco. Good morning.
Good
afternoon from the future.
Good to bed.
Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Peacock. I think we could have used a little bit more fire last night. I think Spencer the Guru is being a little bit too modest with his Saints right now. And if I was Peacock, I'd be like, man, we're about to shit all over the Saints at home because they have been fucking up so much. And what's his name? Spencer did say that he thinks that Derek Carr is back to normal.
I mean, if you look at last week in comparison to the week prior to that, there's a big old jump in A-Dot. So, like, you know, maybe, you know, but I mean, I'm mad. I fell asleep, bro. Like at the start of the show, I just had it on. I fell asleep, woke up when my girl got home. I tagged her in and I just stayed asleep. I feel like I caught up. Yeah. Like on like just having like 3-4 weeks straight of like, you know, 4 hours sleep a night. I just fucking hit the 10-hour joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noble had his baseball game, and it was kind of like when we were driving home. That's when it like came on and stuff. So catching a little bit, but also, you know, dealing with Noble after his game, man, in the car, and him wanting to listen to certain songs. So we listened to what we could. There's a lot of modest, you know, just being very modest on both sides. And I know you don't want to reverse jinx anything, but Texans are trash, you know, preseason, right? Like that's the MO. Like they're like going to be the worst in the division potentially. Saints, I mean, preseason, that's best in the division, like hands down. Like nobody is going to even compete in that division.
I still have the fucking ears. I had the fucking ears as my choice, but like my brain was saying Saints.
Well, and I mean, I'm just saying like how people overreact. You know, we're just doing the overreaction part of this. It was like Saints could do no wrong because they got Derek Carr and all these weapons. And they're 3-1, and Kamara like missed his game or missed his games or whatever already. Like no one's expecting that, right? But like, yeah, the Saints, I feel like they're very underwhelming right now, and the Texans are like. They give you the hope a little bit, but I think last week just kind of like reminded you like they're not, you know, they're still the Texans. Like there's a reason why their over-under was 6.5 for the season. And
then there's Tennessee in the AFC South where it's like if they beat the Ravens, people start getting them into this conversation here. You know what I mean? Because people they respect the Ravens that much, even though they're really ass looking. They're really ass looking right now. You know what I mean?
At least last game.
Yeah, ass looking, right? I'm not saying they're ass.
I think they've been front running a lot. Like they'll get the lead early.
Mhm.
They'll just like hella do nothing, but just like keep the lead.
Yeah, because they got a good defense too, right? And like I'm saying, like if the Ravens could drop this one to Tennessee, they get in the conversation here of the AFC South. Because right now, I'm the crazy motherfucker who says like the Ginsu like could have them, really in the driver's seat here. I like the me.
I mean, shit. Like, I mean, it's anybody's ball game over there. 3-2 teams, 2-2-3 teams. I mean, everybody's in it as of now. And if they all kind of cannibalize each other in these division games, it makes it even more likely that whoever's the number 4 seed right now could potentially jump up there.
You mean there's 3-2-3, right? Is that what it was?
No, Jags and Colts 3-2. Texans.
Oh yeah,
and Titans,
forgot the Jags just beat the Bills. You're right. God fucking damn it.
And seeing that's what's crazy is like, yeah, last week everyone the Bills, they got the Dolphins just scored 70 points the week
on the
before,
Broncos,
and the Bills pretty much shut them down, hold them to 20, and throw up 50 on them. Bills are the best team ever. But then they go over to London. And so this was a big experiment, right? Because this is the first time that we've had like back-to-back weeks like this in London where like a team goes over there and stays there. Never happened before now. And so Bills were kind of
it used to happen back in the days for the Jags when they played 2 weeks in a row.
They never did play 2 weeks in a row, though. That's
the thing. Okay, I got that wrong.
No.
They just always had 2 games out there. You're right.
Right. It was just, never like this. And on the McAfee show, J.J. Watt really thinks that, well, I mean, they're already talking about how potentially there could be a division over there or a team. And I think that's what they're trying to figure out is like, is there any benefit to going over there and staying there for a week and shit like that? So that's what's a little bit crazy. Jay Wald on Twitch. What up, dude? And hold on, let me get the Twitch stuff pulled up.
What up, Jay?
And he said, morning, guys. Not sure if you covered this already, but what's your thoughts on the Colts backfield? So they've been pretty honest about everything that they've told us. Like last week, they said that JT is going to be on a snap count. They didn't say how many snaps that he was going to get, but he ended up getting 10 snaps. It was like 15% or something like that, 13% of the snaps. They said he's going to get 10 more snaps. So he got 7 touches last week on his 10 snaps. So I'd say the ceiling is probably going to be 15, 16, touches off of his 20 snaps. And, you hope it's at meaningful times because last week his touches were not at meaningful times at all.
I would say, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, like, if they was to double his snaps up, it could be, like, exclusively JT within the red zone. And then between the 20s, they got Moss, a guy who they can just, they can bang it out with right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess what's because it's not like Moss scored anything in the red zone, right? He just cracked off big ones.
Yeah, and, like, they're a team that's actually in it right now.
Yeah.
So why would you want to risk too much JT when he's the guy you just paid and could be like, the hammer for you, like he's always been when you want to make this long stretch
Moss
run.
overperforming right now is making it that they can ease JT back in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because if Moss is sucking, maybe they try to force feed, JT right away. But it's kind of like a luxury that Moss is doing this good, for sure. It is.
Yeah.
Let's see. What up, Lucius? Who do you prefer rest of season, Cook or Aaron Jones?
It would be Aaron Jones because he's the running back, but like because Cooks really hasn't showed us nothing. And like if you can convince me that the Cowboys will be shit in every game, Cooks will be a guy that we could.
No. James. James.
Ah, man.
I'm still going Aaron Jones because it just seems like James Cook is just like a big piece of a rotation over there.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get breakfast together for my daughter.
James Cook is like big part of a big rotation, like over there, and Yeah, it just seems like he's not the red zone guy. I mean, we see it here and there, but it's not like super consistent. With Aaron Jones, look at how trash everybody looks over there besides him. Like he's gonna come back and be the guy, like no matter what. That's the thing that he has going for him is he's so much better than everybody else out there in the backfield. So that's why I want Aaron Jones. And James Cook's still gonna have a bye week, as well. Aaron Jones just happens to be this week. Joe said, yeah, I picked up Powell trying to flex him over Gibbs. Oh, shit, son. I wouldn't. Not yet. What up, JR? Would you trade away Christian McCaffrey for Bijan, Mark Andrews, and Jerry Jeudy? Nah, hell no. I'm just keeping CMC, man. Let's see, Marco said, fucked up my dynasty question. Last night was way too tired. Wanted to know what happens in Hustler Dynasty 2 in the draft next year. Where these players go since they don't drop anyone. Well, so that's the thing with these the dynasty league itself is way different than your keeper league. It's literally like the only people who aren't going to be on the team are going to be the ones who get dropped, or you trade them away, then they'll obviously be on someone else's team. But it's just a rookie draft every year, just rookie draft only every year. And it's 7 rounds, and it's only rookies, and pretty much happens right after the NFL draft. But yeah, it's only rookies, and it's only 7 rounds. So it's like literally just like the NFL draft is. That's what we're somewhat mimicking, except we only have 12 teams instead of 32. And the reason why we have 7 draft spots for Dynasty is because there's IDP as well. I feel if it's offense only, you probably only need like 4 rounds.
I'm in a joint that has 5 rounds. It's kind of whack.
Marco said 7 rounds. He said the app said I only have 4 picks. If you traded away picks, that's why you would only have 4 picks.
Yeah, if he adopted the team, right? Maybe the person prior.
Yeah. No,
he didn't.
Oh, no. He's in the offense only. That's why.
Oh, that's why. Look at that. Answered his own question.
Yeah, offense only has 4. There we go. Which I'm doing pretty good in that one. Need to keep it going, though. JR said, would you trade away? Or I already did that one. Let me see. Hey, what up, Bakes a Lot?
What up,
said,
bitch?
Sugar biscuit is fire. Nice. What do you do? Dab? Flour? What are you doing?
Actual sugar biscuit? He's like, bro, listen, I know y'all be talking about weed, but this is actual biscuit made of sugar, bro.
Hella good.
Hella good, bro.
Philly Mike OG said Jared Goff or Stafford. I can't decide. I'm just gonna go Stafford with a cutback.
I like Jared Goff, and he's on the road. Never mind. Give me Stafford. Give me Stafford inside.
Niner said Lamar or Goff this weekend. I'm gonna go Lamar. I think going up against the Bucks, I'm not super excited about Jared Goff going on the road against the Bucks.
And I'm okay with Lamar, even though they're like the number 2 ranked run defense, because that's against running backs. Let's see this quarterback. He could probably still get off with his legs, and like that secondary could be had.
Yeah.
Let's go have them.
Yeah, let's see if Lamar goes for one of those patented, 275, 300 and a buck on the ground as well. J Walt 2020. I have both Moss and JT. Not sure what to do. Might even start both of them. It really depends. I feel like I would start Moss if. It really depends on who your other RBs are, really, because I'm okay starting both versus the Jags if you're pretty desperate at RB, because a lot of people are. But Jags haven't been giving up a lot of points to the running back for what it's worth.
Yeah, they've been pretty good against the running backs.
Yeah.
And then last week was pretty much the first game where we saw an opposing team have to abandon the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really seen that. So they're actually been solid. It's not really fugazi, but they're still middle of the pack. So, you know what I mean? And obviously division rivals, they're going to play each other tough. You know what I mean?
when they did, because they already played each other, right? It was like game 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jags go back in that game.
I like it. No, it was the
Colts beat them.
Oh no, the Jags won.
Remember.
It was like they kind of pushed them to the limit. Like the Jags went up like, I don't know, I think they had like 17 or maybe 20, and they just couldn't score anymore. And then the Colts got like right back in it. I think they even tied it at one point, and then I think the Jags like scored a touchdown to like win it. But they play each other hella close, like either way. Like,
yeah.
And Sam said I need to trade one for a wide receiver. Jacobs most.
The Jags beat the Bills. That's crazy.
Yeah, not even just beat them, right?
Whooped them up.
Whooped on them. I mean, I guess it was only 25.
He had a good hair day.
I guess it was only 25-20, but when you're actually watching the game, like Bills couldn't get anything going. Could be the jet lag though. But one thing that that JJ Watt said, because he's played in London a time or two, and he said every time that he played, whatever team like left the US later ended up winning.
Well, that one didn't work out this time.
Yeah, and I mean they were responding to this, but they were also talking about when teams fly out the same week, not one being over there for a week already.
Yeah.
And okay, so here goes Sam's question. Need to trade Jacobs, Mostert, Walker, Kyren. I've been leaning towards Kyren. Kyren's going to be good in some great matchups, but I feel like I'm not trading Jacobs or Walker. So it's Mostert or Kyren.
They got Arizona.
Yeah.
Got to play the running backs against Arizona. That's just 5. We're going into week 6. This is something you do against them.
Yeah.
Even Saquon had his only big game against them. Ayo!
Peacocks, I'm so glad I sent off James Cook last night. Sad I had to let Puka go to go with him, but to get Bijan.
Yeah. I know in that particular league, Peacock is pretty much like, okay, which trade this week, right? Like he's just flipping and willing and dealing. I like it.
Yeah. Steven said, with Williams back and Roshan likely out, would you play Foreman or McLaughlin? Probably McLaughlin.
It'd probably be Foreman with the floor here and touches, but like I think McLaughlin has a higher upside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know Javante's back, but like they really like that kid, man. And then honestly, it's like if I was just gonna look at it through the scope of who I think could get like 15 touches, that's Roshan. You know what I mean? Versus like, I think 8 to 12 is the max on every one of those running backs for the Broncos backfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's if they really have nobody because of multiple injuries.
Yeah, and like I mean,
more, but
the Broncos carry like the worst defense along with them, so that directly correlates with how good you're going to run or not. Because if you're giving up points, you got to abandon the run, and the pass catching running back in this case it would be Jaleel and P. Ryan so far, judging on how it's been going this year.
Yeah, and really P. Ryan just plays on like third downs, and that's it.
Yeah, which puts him in the passing downs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still ugly though. Like they have him in there more to block than to actually like go out there and cover.
Yeah, because Jaleel's kind of he's Lil Jaleel.
Yeah, and that's the thing that sucks for P. Ryan is like that's the specific role that he plays, main blocker for Russ on third down in the backfield. So that's why he's like literally been getting nothing.
Yeah, and the Roshan thing, how are you going to weight it down? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't really, and based on
actually, you can. You wait it down until today. If he practices today,
yeah, that's a good point.
You could get ballsy, but if he doesn't practice today, it's almost like that makes his decision.
I want to remind people when people that have got a concussion on a Sunday didn't play the next Sunday. Only one, which was the next game. So no player has played the next game immediately after the concussion, except for Luke Musgrave, who got his on a Thursday and then played the following Monday. So that gave him, it gave him 2 times the days that they give you to clear a concussion protocol. You know what I mean? So hopefully Roshan can be that second guy, but he plays on the Sunday from the Thursday. That gives him 9 days versus the 10. I don't know if that matters because the protocol is only 5 days, but no one's cleared it in 5 days this year. So
All right, Charter put in his 3 teams here. Charter, throw a comment in there so I know that you're here listening. So for team 1, we got 2 RBs, 2 flexes out of Pacheco, Walker, B-Rob, Ford, Brees, DeMarcado for the 2 RBs. Pacheco for sure.
Yep.
I think, man, like I don't know how we can get off the Ken Walker. So I'm just
we're not. He shouldn't have been in the question, but yeah, Ken Walker and Shakes.
And then 2 flexes out of B-Rob, Ford, Brees, DeMarcado, KJ Osborne, Ayuk, and Nico. 2.
It'd be Brees and B-Rob or Brees and Nico, but I'm leaning Brees and B-Rob.
Yeah, I'm going B-Rob for sure here against Falcons. Man, Brees makes me so nervous against.
Yeah, and then like I don't know about the competitive nature of that game for Ayuk to have to against a tough secondary, tough defense altogether. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Waves of pass rush coming, so it's like it could be a shorter game. A lot of CMC and Debo and Kittle in the passing game. That's kind of how I view it. So that's why, and then because it's hard to say Brees either. He's going up against the literal number 1 ranked run defense right now.
I think I'm going to go B-Rob and KJ Osborne. We're going to zig a little bit here.
We might got some weather tonight too. I know that has nothing to do with anything. I just thought of that because we're getting into that time of the year. We need to start checking for wind and all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here goes.
Might be the heavy running back games and short pass games.
Here goes Charter, team 2, 1 wide receiver, 2 RBs, 2 flexes. And 1 QB. Okay, well, let's do the QB part of this first. Herbert or Cousins? Oh, man.
Herbert.
Yeah. The 2 RBs.
Is that crazy?
I mean, Herbert's the man.
Okay. Just saying, Chicago.
2 RBs. Pacheco, Walker, B-Rob, Mixon, Ramondre, Jacobs.
The first 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacobs is in there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we still got some flexes.
There's multiple flex spots left.
Yeah.
1 wide receiver out of Ayuk, DJ Moore, Amon Ra.
It's DJ Moore, and if Amon Ra goes, he might be in the flex conversation here.
Yeah. So here goes the next the flex spots: Ayuk, Amon Ra, B-Rob, Mixon, Ramondre, and Jacobs.
It's hard to get off Mixon here.
I know.
I almost would switch out Mixon for B-Rob too. Would you be down with that? I mean, Mixon against Seattle.
Well, with the 2 flexes, I mean, we could put in both.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Technically.
Okay, you're right. Okay,
I guess it depends on Amon Ra. Yeah, and you know what? Just because it feels better right now, I'm going to say B-Rob and Mixon. But it's because we need more news on Amon Ra as well. He's not for sure.
I did hear some whispers that he's expected to play, but then that was one of those. It's one of those beat reporters that I've never seen say anything. You know what I mean? He just started people was posting this shit. You know what I mean?
Josh Jacobs though too.
That's what I'm saying. He's finally heating up here, and we're really seeing Jimmy as Jimmy. He can't go down the field. He's looking for he's looking for Jacoby and he's looking for Jacobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as of right now, I'm going to say Mixon and Josh Jacobs for the flexes then. Falcons have been pretty good against the running backs, so but that's just for now. This is Thursday.
Yeah, B-Rob screams 80 total yards.
Yeah. All right, last one for Charter. 1 QB out of Purdy and Deshaun. I'm just going to say Purdy for now because we don't even know if Deshaun's going to play. So come back.
I would play Purdy regardless. I don't want to play hurt Deshaun.
And 2 RBs out of Ford, Walker, Eckler, Kyren, Pacheco, B-Rob, James Cook.
There's a Walker in there?
Yeah, I'm going Pacheco and Walker again. Yep. Only 1 flex though. That's what makes it tough here because he's got now Ford, Eckler, Kyren, B-Rob, Cook.
It's Eckler if he doesn't go. Yeah. Kyren.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
Kyren plays the afternoon game. Pretty sure we'll get that Eckler game is Monday. We got 3 more days of Yeah, we got 3 more days of practice reports, so we'll know by Saturday. Where at least we should have a good idea whether he's expected to play or not.
I mean, he said he's 99%, like ready to go.
You know?
I wonder what that 1% is. That the doctor? Like, is that like the doctor still having to clear him?
It's just all the people all the gambling degens are like, listen, man, we're gonna bet that 1% he doesn't go. You know how much it pays out.
But yeah, you got to play Eckler. I mean, he's sat for so many weeks now, like getting right. Definitely a business decision to wait.
I just see Kellen more like, we're gonna you are number 1 against my former team.
Yeah, you could get, because that's one thing that the Cowboys aren't really great at.
Prize catching running backs.
Yeah, so if they exploit that and throw the ball at him like 10 times, I mean, it could be.
It could save his day if he doesn't do anything else. So we can get an Alvin Kamara off, a debut type of outing for Austin Eckler. Like, even though he debuted already, you know what I mean? Like, come back, get fucking 10, 11, like really high percentage targets, and just have a nice floor.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay,
and then if not Kyron, I'm super okay with him against Arizona.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm also okay with James Cook. Say you want to wait down a little further.
See, that's what's crazy is like, man,
they play Sunday night. You're like, all right, well, maybe just wait because he should tear up. Shouldn't he tear up the Giants?
There's so many good options. You didn't even hear the Nico and Puka and Pittman that were also.
Why are we not playing Puka? I'm playing Puka. I just stopped you. You're right. I didn't even hear the option. Play Puka over Eckler and whatchamacallit.
I think I'd still go Eckler on this. I mean, if Puka's going to be a 7-8 for 70, 80 and a touchdown, I mean, that's a really good like floor. But Cup's capping his upside, though.
I mean,
for
sure. What it's worth, the Cowboys in a shellacking didn't really give up much on the ground.
Yeah.
And then I do want to point out, Jordan Mason just going there. They're all tired. He's like, for another tug. You know what I mean? Because that was definitely just that time and the place in that game where everyone was gassed and they're like, get in there and gash him. So, you know what I mean? They've been pretty good against the run. So
this is insane. Philly Mike OG said 3% of ESPN fantasy. He says players, but I'll say managers are still looking for their first win. 689,000 teams without a win. So everybody who's
all the people that suck play ESPN leagues.
So if you have one win, that should just make you feel good that you're better than 689,000 people
as it stands now.
ESPN.
That's crazy. That's a good stat.
Yeah. And Marco said, I doubt that there will be a European NFL division anytime soon. Well, I don't mean like within the next year or two, but what about within the next 10 years, 15 years? I think that's what they're kind of building up. And because I don't know, how long have they been doing these Europe games? I mean, it's been a while, but like now they're actually doing like trying to make like 5-6 games, throughout the year. Like they're trying to see how many they can actually house there.
I mean, I guess the way it would have to work is it would have to be like, because here's the thing, it's the travel for the West Coast teams that kills it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not so bad for the East Coast teams. You know what I'm saying? But then there is such a thing as biorhythms, right? Their biorhythms are off, man. See the Bills, total off with their biorhythms.
Let's see. Tyler.
Where is this game? Is it in Germany?
Yeah, Marco, where is it? Is it in London? Is it in Germany? Where is it at? And Tyler Sperry said start Ingram or Logan Thomas and then pick Osborne or Davis. I'll go.
I'm glad it's Tyler Sperry. If it was Tyler Perry, I'd say, now I'm not answering his question.
I'm going Logan Thomas.
Yep.
And I am going. It's tough to not play Osborne, but you know what? I'm gonna go Gabe Davis. We got to go check on the wind over there in Chicago. You hit up the Bears, Brews, and the Bros yet? See if it's windy.
Nah, that's like a day of thing.
Okay.
Because then if I wanted right now, we could just look up what the estimated weather would be on Sunday over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see though. Let's see. Call Jonathan on speaker.
Calling Jonathan on speaker.
19-mile-an-hour winds.
Anything over 25 gusts is what we should worry about. So it looks like we shouldn't worry about nothing.
Chance of rain and showers, 43%.
So it's a coin flip for the rain. Just depends on what time of day it's going to rain, because it means it's going to rain. What time of day?
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
And Sam said, but Mostert's playing against Carolina, no A-chain. Oh, I can't even remember what the question was, but yeah, I mean.
And how's Mostert playing against? Oh, he is playing against Carolina. Yeah, I play Mostert.
His hasn't been looking that good. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
I mean, there's no Jeff Wilson. It doesn't look like there's still going to be any Jeff Wilson yet, unless we get news today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and then Salvon Ahmed is well enough to come back and play. There's a lot of people that have been picking up Chris Brooks because they're desperate.
And just remember, don't take a Thursday answer as the final answer, so you don't have to try to sell us on it. Just make sure you're coming back.
Yeah, and I think you already had the answer, right?
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, well, I have the answer.
JJM said, any update on the Kelsey injury? I mean, the update that we got is he's expected to play, and he practiced. So.
Yeah, and if he's any kind of limited in his participation in the game, when he's on the field, he's a focal point of the offense and defense, and it'll probably be in the red zone package and stuff. Like if they was to limit him, because I don't see him being less than like a 75% guy. You know what I mean? 75% snapped guy.
Yeah. And JR said, where do you guys stand on Darren Waller going forward? I'm standing
I stand on top of him because he's beneath me.
Yeah, it's he's a matchup play. I mean, that's really it. He's
what's good with you, Smokey? So we're on live. So we're calling. I needed to call someone in Chicago to stick their head right out the window and tell me what they think the weather's gonna be like Sunday.
How windy is it?
It's supposed to clear up, I heard, but it is for sure raining. It's raining right now. It's been raining since yesterday. It's supposed to rain like Saturday too. But
because they said it's like a 42% chance, so it's less than a coin flip, but it just depends on what time of the day. So I would assume like if it's supposed to clear up, it's probably going to be raining towards the morning.
Ask them about the winds. How windy is it?
I heard by Sunday it should clear up, bro.
Okay, by Sunday it should clear up. And then like we don't need to worry about Chicago winds really unless it's like 25 miles an hour, right? Because we're looking at like 19 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, they should be good to go. They're used to slinging that rock in that
weather. Okay, anyways. So now as a Chicago Bears fan, you're very unbiased for being one. Yeah, so KJ Osborne and against this secondary, which is really porous, but like I know you noticed what I noticed last week. They kind of switched to playing a lot more zone than they were playing man most of the year. Do you think that's going to help them, or is KJ Osborne just like an auto start here with no Jefferson?
Yeah, I mean he's a great start, man, with no Jefferson for sure. Secondary, he's not, they're young, they're doing their thing, but
they did their thing one game. They did their thing one game against, and that was last week. But they did it they did it against the receivers in relation to giving up booty to the tight end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're like backup players too. They're young
and
backup players. They weren't even drafted.
I couldn't even tell you one of their names, bro.
Same.
One of their guys was tearing it up. The guy had a pick and like a fucking forced fumble or whatever the fuck. He was like a pickup in IDP, but I was like, we were telling people, I probably wouldn't pick him up. You know what I mean?
No, they're getting healthier. So, but no, KJ Osborne, I'll definitely plug him in there for sure.
For sure, Smokey. I'll tap in with you. Just wanted to get some inside information here.
All good, man. Peace out, y'all.
For sure, peace.
And Blue, sorry we skipped your question. We don't really answer trade questions when it's really busy. I mean, you got to join the crew, one-on-one-ffadvice.com. That's where you're going to be able to get way more help on your trades. Do a lot of start and sit questions here. S said, start Pitts after that recent performance or Jake Ferguson. I'm never starting Jake Ferguson, so yeah, I'll start Pitts over him.
Yep. Hold on, who's the Cowboys playing? Oh, they're playing the Chargers. Damn, man. Kyle Pitts.
Kane said, got to start one. Roshan, Spears, or DeMarcado. I mean, we can't put Roshan in any start-sit questions right now. We don't even know if he's going to play. So I guess I'll go DeMarcado as of now, but better be paying attention for Keontae Ingram because if he plays, I might just default just go Spears. So better be coming back. Magic Man Ricky, Judy or Rasheed Rice?
It'd be Rasheed. Because one thing that I had to go dig up is that it's not Surtain staying to one side. He'll shadow and travel if it's someone of that caliber. Like I even think like he might even be like keeping an eye on Kelsey for all we fucking know. I'm okay with the Rasheed Rice. What's the other side? Judy?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Judy just hasn't shown us nothing, bro. And then Rasheed's been like touchdown or bust. Judy.
And
don't listen to me though.
Yeah, I'm going Rasheed against the Broncos.
And that's who I initially said with my gut, and then I remembered how much I love
second most targets on the team outside of Kelsey. And
that's the game.
Yeah. Aaron said start Monty or Mostert. I mean, come on, man. Why you be sitting Monty? Just because of Tampa Bay?
Yeah, and
I know Mostert has a really great matchup.
But the matchup.
Yeah, there's still a world. There's still a world that we live in where Miami just goes up so much that I don't know. They get other guys besides Mostert involved as well too. I mean, that's why A-Chain was getting involved, right? Save Mostert, not give him just a crazy amount of work. Like either way.
But I am probably playing Mostert over a majority of people that are flex worthy this week. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has like RB1 potential this week. Like what Mostert can do is ruin it for like all our Tuas and everything. Where they get down there and they punch it in every fucking time. You know what I mean?
What up, Derek? You said y'all trust in Kelsey tonight.
I don't trust nobody.
Kelsey's the only one that I do trust. Like
when Kelsey started going out with Taylor Swift, I stopped trusting him.
He said, or should I start Laporta instead?
No, you started Kelsey. What the fuck?
Yeah, you should be trying to trade Laporta while you can. Tour T-Law, Derek says.
Hey, Derek's gonna come back at us if he has a shitty game.
Well, this is a different Derek. It's not.
Oh, okay. I mean, either way, Derek was still. Shout out to everybody. You got to play Kelsey.
Tua T-Law. I think that I'm gonna go Tua at home.
Yep.
Search and kill. Need defense. Raiders or the Dolphins? Dolphins, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Marco said Van Ginks, Hicks, Okereke, Olakun, Brooks sit two. I mean, you should never ask us about Okereke, Olakun, or Brooks. They're always playing.
They're always in there.
So I guess by default, that's Van Ginkel and Hicks are sitting.
And it's
there you go.
Boom. The best way to go. Linebackers, in my opinion.
And Marco said, why the fuck is Van? He put Van Ginkel predicted with 0 points because every platform sucks. They don't employ people like us who can actually like accurately work on their IDP projections. That's why.
And it's also because when you're a guy like, okay, for rookies, for example, like it took Terrell Bernard to literally be a top 5 linebacker in fantasy the first couple weeks for them to be like, okay, let's go ahead and project this kid. You know what I mean? Because even Henry Tuatu, it still hasn't been projected, and he's been like a real viable piece every week since week 2.
These guys literally have no idea what the fuck they're doing because even if they were just looking at snap counts and kind of basing projections based on like snap counts or whatever, because like they somewhat do like we have third string running backs who are projected for like 1 point, right? Like, I mean, guys like Zamir White, even though he like might get 0 points, he's projected for like 1 or 2 points. But like, I don't know. They don't have it figured out as far as like the IDP goes. But I also know that Sleeper, I'm pretty sure they pay some company. Like there's some company that does all the information for all the players. And like Sleeper pays them and feeds that info, algorithm or whatever, into Sleeper.
And if you're a player like Deion Jones, right, who's a routinely projected player, he's not even on a team. He'll be when he was on a team, like when he got put on Carolina, he never even was going to play for real. be a rotational guy. They had him projected for 11 points because that's what he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's hella weird. Just the little things I've noticed. Like,
yeah.
And
Marty said the Twins got bounced. He said back full-time fantasy. He said, y'all want a Jeopardy? Let's get it.
Let's go. Maybe we can get a first 5 weeks of the year Jeopardy.
Yeah. Maybe do something based on this year,
or even maybe. How about this? Going into week 8, we'll bring back Jeopardy, and then you have a full 7 weeks of the first half of the regular fantasy season to break down or to draw from, I should say. I am a 3-time champ. Yeah.
I think he just wants to do it now, though.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm okay. I say just make it a 2023 edition, something that's based on this year
so far.
This year somewhat.
I mean, he can still throw in some past shit before too. That's always fun. I mean,
yeah, but I like that. I like testing people's knowledge of what's going on right now. Let's see who's paying attention the most right now. And also, there's going to be things like it's also like with the Jeopardy, if we're learning things that we didn't know about 2023, that also helps our future, just everything with the future. Let's see. Charter, Kelsey is expected to play tonight. That's what we heard yesterday.
That is accurate.
And Tino said, I bet Yahoo has more. Yahoo doesn't have more anything, bro.
They don't. They really don't. they might be drawing from the same people that Sleeper does because like they didn't start projecting Terrell Bernard until last week also. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess the thing that sucks about Sleeper compared to Yahoo and ESPN as far as like percentages, because of the dynasties, like, man, there's so many dynasties on Sleeper that it just like fucks up the like I wish that they could like break that down and have it like these are the redraft percentages.
And I don't know why they can't because I mean I don't see why they couldn't because like when you create a league you designate the type of league. Yeah, so they'd be able to like okay, this is the percentage owned in dynasty format.
Yeah, and really they have dynasty, redraft, and best ball. Those are, or actually no, it was just dynasty and redraft. Those are the two options that you choose from, and then you kind of make your choices like from there. But yeah, see, like why can't they distinguish the dynasty and the redraft? That would be really awesome if they did that. And I've been telling everyone, all we need is like a few $1 million, and we can build like the best, fantasy platform like out there. Because like, all these guys, I mean, on Sleeper and all that, like whoever's like got the head of it, like, they're doing something that's like cool. And they're not like fantasy football, like, degens like us. Like nobody would know how to make like, an extra close to like perfect fantasy platform. Like you got to be playing on like all the different platforms, know all the differences. We know them all. That's why we don't play on any of the other ones anymore. Yeah, I even broke it. I think it was 2 years ago where I broke down all the pros and cons of like all the main I did it of the main 4, and that's Sleeper, Yahoo, ESPN, and NFL.
Is that why none of them would sponsor us now? Is that why?
I gave the pros and cons on each one, so it wasn't just like they all suck, but like, yeah, Sleeper was the best for the most that it could do, and this is even 2 years ago. They made a lot more changes since then, and the other platforms, no changes since then.
Ain't that right, Sleeper? Huh? Give me money.
Yeah, Sleeper better start giving us money. And Marco from the future said, start to Brees, Ford, Pacheco, McLaughlin. I mean, Pacheco's in there for sure.
Brees.
Yeah, I'll still go Brees over McLaughlin. McLaughlin's not, he hasn't earned that much respect yet. And Zombie Outbreak said, where's the weather game? Well, from what I pulled up, 1, 2, 3, 4. There could be 4 games this week.
Sound them off.
That have a little bit of weather. Starts with the Chiefs and KC. They said
Chiefs and the Broncos.
The Chiefs and the Broncos. Chiefs and KC.
Don't worry, we got to get a count going. I do it ahead of time.
I'm looking right at it, and I'm looking right at KC's like helmet.
What's the type of dyslexia that me and you both
have? But 14% chance of rain and thunderstorms tonight, 20-mile-per-hour winds.
Ooh, and that's what's gonna fuck it up for the passing game for real.
It's going south, so really we're just worried about the east and west usually.
Does anybody know where the layout, the equinox of the stadium?
And then the next one is the Bears and the Vikings, and 43% chance of showers, 19 miles per hour wind is what they're projecting. The Bengals, 25% chance of rain, 17 mile per hour winds is what they expect. The Browns and the Niners, likely showers, 65% likely on the showers, and then 17 miles per hour.
Yeah, we're just gonna be playing in the rain. That's pretty much it.
Dolphins, 28% chance of showers and a thunderstorm, 13 miles per hour winds, and then the Eagles and the Jets, slight chance of showers, 24%, 15 mile per hour. And no shit, even Sunday Night Football with Buffalo. So there was way more. I just had to scroll down. 59% chance of showers, only 10 mile per hour winds.
When it comes to rain, that actually, in my opinion, benefits the receivers as long as there's no wind. If none of these winds, except for tonight's game, is alarming, because it's when you get up to like 25 miles an hour. We're like, even over 20 miles an hour, that's when you start seeing the passes aren't really going 20, 30 yards down the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then also, like, when I said I think it kind of benefits the receivers is because, like, you know what I mean? You as a receiver know the break you're about to hit. You know the route you're about to run. The corners are the ones that have to adjust to your movements. And, you know, they could slip. You know what I mean? Happens.
Yeah.
We've seen it all the time in raining games. They definitely, in my opinion, benefits receivers more than it does corners. But and then also rain makes me also think heavier, you know, rush approach. If, you know, depending on, you know, the slip and slide that it is out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's try to catch up here a little bit. If we didn't answer your questions, make sure you throw it back in. What up, Coach C? He said Foreman, P. Ryan Cook. Foreman.
Damn.
Marco said Stroud or Goffel.
Which Cook though, James or Dalvin?
Dalvin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with that one.
Stroud or Goffel? I think I'll go Goffel.
Yeah,
I just don't have a good feeling about Stroud this week. I think he's still. I think this is the first week where he throws his INT. Not like that's going to ruin the whole game, but I think it's going to be a hella ugly game, like all around.
I think he'd come out and surprise him, but I just don't think that game. Like, I'm with you about the game being ugly and low scoring. And when I say ugly, I mean like low scoring, because I'm beautiful scoring for fantasy.
And let's see. Coach C. Madison, Marquise Brown, Evans, JT. Marquise Brown for now. And Mike Evans or Scary Terry. I mean, we can't put Mike Evans anywhere. He's not even practicing yet. And Coach C said, so you got an interview on link on the interview you did a couple weeks ago. Yeah, let me see. Let's see. Let me get it. It's the fantasy football Joker.
Yep. Shout out to the Joker.
And there it goes. There you go. Adam said Laporta or Goddard. I'm gonna go Goddard, higher upside, especially this week against the Jets.
Love you. Have a good day.
Matt, Higbee or Conklin?
Put your shoes on. Don't run with your shoes half on.
Probably go Conklin.
You know, when the kids they put their shoes on, they try to run. I'm like, just stop there and put your shoes on. Crazy ass.
Just trip and eat shit.
Come on, man. Be better than your dad.
DeMarcado or Palmer? I'll go Palmer.
Yep.
Ferguson or Schultz? Oh man, Schultz. Stop asking about Ferguson. It's ugly. But last week, not enough.
It was the Niners. I'm not defending Ferguson.
Fuck. Doesn't matter who they're playing. People are still.
Yeah, and I'm not flexing out a tight end like that. Give me a. Oh no, it's Schultz or him. Yeah, give me Schultz.
Hamilton or Duggar for Marco.
Duggar.
Yeah, I think I'll go Duggar. Leon said
we've been really good at nailing these Duggar starts for him.
Yeah.
There was only one big game that we missed, honestly, and it was the one that we went in a different direction.
Yeah. Leon said London Hall Olave. We'll go London versus the Commandos.
Yep.
At home.
I'm not mad at Olave either.
See, there you go. Marty, he said he'll do both. He's got nothing but time now that the fucking Twins are out.
Nice.
Pedro, Keenan Allen having a big game against Dallas defense with their secondary banged up. I think Keenan Allen's having a big game, anyways, whether they're banged up or not.
Yeah.
Magic Man Ricky said thoughts on Nick Bolton. He's going to be in there. Play him. Full go.
Get him in the lineup.
Said,
love you, Nick Bolton.
Start him right away. Or wait and see. I also got Pitchery Curl. I could start. You start Nick Bolton.
Yeah, and then I don't see why we're not getting Pitchery in that DB spot.
Let's see.
Pitchery's finally.
And then Tino said another few $1 million to pay for the servers to keep the app up. Yeah, exactly, man. That's why we need at least $5 million, to start this project.
Okay, listen, no. We need $50 million. There's two of us. We'll go 25 each, and we'll take it from there.
There you go.
I saw Gillian Rollo. Oh, you remember Derek from Sports Me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, listen, I don't mind sharing this, right? Because this is just an idea I had. This is nothing yet, but I still keep up with Derek from Sports Me, and they're rebuilding, they're relaunching again or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. But it's gonna be the fourth iteration or whatnot,
okay,
of their app. But they're working with Gilly tough.
And who's Gilly? The dude who did the DraftKings shit?
Nah, Gilly and Rollo, Gilly the Kid, Gilly the King, the rapper. But they got their shit. They had their $1 million worth of game podcast going for hella long, and then they got picked up by Barstool a couple of years ago, and they got 50 million. But I'm why can't we try to see if we can get a fantasy show somewhere?
Yeah.
We've never explored that yet, and I actually know a guy who might be able to. And then they Gilly and them, they might be somebody that can see. I should be yeah, well, we fuck with them. Because we're them as far as how we do shit. We drink and smoke and fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're sponsored by Amsterdam vodka and whatnot. But I'm just saying, when you look on that platform, they don't have any fantasy football content, you know what I mean? And I don't think they would just put anybody on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What up, Antonio? And what up, Uncle Buck? He said you're going down, huh? So get ready, man. You're winning.
Damn, pause.
Your win streak is coming to an end, my friend.
Which one is this one now?
14.
He's undefeated?
I'm pretty sure he still is. I didn't go check.
Look at you, Uncle Buck.
Last I remember. And Sam, we're not taking any trade questions, so I'm pretty sure your question that got skipped was a trade question. Yeah, we're just anything with trade questions, gotta go support. Go to oneononeffadvice.com. We'll do the starts and sits all day, but trade questions, there's a lot of thought that goes into it.
Or drop a super chat. Drop a super chat. Unfortunately, they demonetize us right now, but we have other means of you of sending some bread to get your question answered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
the trade question specifically
is always in the pinned post. It's 420superchat.com, or you can send on Apple Pay or Zelle. All right. Yeah, Uncle Buck, you're going down. Let's see. One Nation, Judy or Garrett Wilson? I'll go Garrett Wilson.
Sucks with Judy. We're gonna need to depend on some short passing here.
Yeah.
If the wins are gonna be that bad, just period.
And Uncle Buck said DeMarcado or Foreman. I'm leaning Foreman because it seems like Keontae Ingram is going to come back, but there's something you got to monitor with Ingram. He doesn't come back.
What was Ingram's practice report yesterday? Was he in limited fashion?
Pretty sure he was limited. Let's double check it though.
Yeah, because then I mean, like I'm glad I was able to
last week as well too.
Yeah, and that's a good sign for him to go to this week.
Yeah, still limited. I mean, it's a neck injury though, like with him, so still like
Yeah, he might miss a week, but he's a great stash.
Yeah, so neck injury. He was limited yesterday. We see him get a full go on Thursday or Friday. He's gonna be going.
I mean, what is DeMarcado? Is he like 6'2", 210 or something like that?
Hell no, he's small. No? Remember,
he's a little guy. Okay, yeah. Then see, I just what I mean, they're gonna. He's not a lead running back material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's 5'9". Well, 5'9", 215. So I guess he's not like super small, but
yeah, he's he's a little door stopper there.
Yeah, and what up, Corbin? He said hour late. Said my bad. What's up, guys? What up?
Don't let it happen again, Corbin.
Yeah, man. Can't be showing
Come
up.
On, man.
We're gonna have to find you. We're gonna have to find you. That's why that's another thing that's good about joining the crew at 420crew.org. You get access to like our app where you're gonna get update. You're gonna get a like post notification when we go live. There's multiple chats on there, just private chats just for our crew. And that's it. You can ask start sit questions and you can ask trade questions as well. So that's why you want to join 420crew.org. And you get to support. That's what it's all about.
We are the Shadow Band Warriors.
And that's how we're going to get bigger and bigger. I mean, the whole goal is, we're pretty much like a cross between the fantasy footballers and Pat McAfee, right? At least with what they're doing.
I don't like comparisons.
No, it's not comparisons.
I don't know.
They're the biggest, right? Like Pat McAfee is like pretty much the biggest sports podcast right now. Fantasy footballers, biggest fantasy football podcast, and like it's easily attainable what they have. It's just it's all time. Just keep building and building. And where the hell were we at? Chase said McLaughlin or pivot to Roshan Foreman.
It'd be fun.
Both.
Foreman's gonna go.
Man, can McLaughlin can he like keep a real good floor of like targets here? Because that's what it like comes down.
Like, I'm just like 8 to 12 touches is like a max. That's how I you know what I mean? Can he? We've seen he's not A-chain. He's like poor man's A-chain though, because he's a small back, explosive as fuck, being able to do little, do a lot with little touches. But like I said, that's probably the only comparison to A-chain here is that like he's been able to do like anything with little. You know what I mean? Because A-chain, what 8 to 12 touches is A-chain's range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and thanks, Antonio.
Only they're on a good offense. You know what I mean?
Thanks for letting me know, Antonio. Yeah, that'd be fucked up if AB didn't even realize that he dropped Stroud. And you know what's crazy is I now see how you could do it, because I almost did it yesterday, but I noticed it because I was super high.
What?
Where I was about to like make a waiver claim, and like instead of hitting it, I hit the player like right above, and it was like Dallas Goedert or something. I was like, oh shit! But it was so close that like I couldn't even
when you're
see
claiming
that Dallas Goedert was selected because it was right underneath the button. So it's like it's super weird, Super weird. But I mean, I caught it luckily. But that's how easy it is for someone to accidentally drop someone on a waiver cycle.
And to be honest, too, if someone didn't notice it and it's that type of player, it was like 2 days later, I'd still be okay with putting that player back, because that's not on purpose. You know what I mean?
No, and like that'd be something. Like if that happened to me and it was an accident, someone else was able to pick them up. Like that's something that would make me quit a league. Like for real.
Yeah, you got to remove them back.
Yeah. So no, it's good. We're Gucci now. Thanks, Antonio, for bringing it up.
And keep a lookout for me too, Antonio, in case I do some fuck shit like that on accident. I don't fuck around. I almost did that the other night when I make all my claims, I do a sweep to make sure like the dollar bids are in order, the priorities in order. And I just, you know what I mean? And then I saw like, oh, wow, I'm dropping such and such. Oh, that's the wrong person because it was right above someone else that I was supposed to select. You know what I mean?
Hey, shout out to the Rising Rhino. What up, bro?
What up, Rising Rhino?
Yeah, smoke it up.
Speaking of Rising,
what up? Big BS, T-Law or Stafford. Man, I'm going Stafford against the Cardinals. Like, Stafford should be like...
He's like a top 5 play this week.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say top 10 easily, so everyone who's not, like, smashed in the top 10, just leave them out. Let's go Stafford.
I mean, Arizona's producing QB. Arizona just revived Joe Burrow for everybody. Thank you, Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is what they do. Danny Dumbass, QB1 on the week. That time he played Arizona. You know who really sucked against Arizona? The only guy. One guy. Whole team, actually.
Fucking Dak. Big BS.
Who's that? Whack Prescott.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me.
Yeah.
DeMarcado or Stevenson? It's crazy that Stevenson's been that bad that it's even like a question here. But yeah, I'm gonna go Stevenson.
I'm sorry if we're incorrect, but that's just the right play.
It's Matt Merckx, Justice Hill, or Gus Edwards. So a couple weeks ago, I would have said Gus Edwards, but Justice Hill's getting more snaps, and they keep throwing it to him like a lot. And I feel like, especially versus like a game like this, the Titans, I think we're going to see a lot of designed short dump offs for Hill.
Gus the bus just looks like the Gus bus broke down and they didn't hit him with the jumper cables. Like, you know what I mean? He just looks bad and he's not getting the snaps. It's Justice Hill. Bad matchup. Really bad matchup. Second worst run defense to play against. Second best run defense to play against.
Let's see.
Got to go and put a lot of Nick Boltons in. Don't do it to me, Nick Bolton. We miss you.
And Tomas, what up? Which of these hanging fruits to stream this week? Kate Otten versus the Lions. Dawson Knox versus the Giants. I don't like that. He's banged up. And Hayden Hurst, Miami.
Kate Otten.
And or Tyler Conklin versus the Eagles. I'm just gonna go Tyler Conklin because like all these guys disappointed before.
Kyle Pitts had one of his only like decent games against them, right? Against the Lions, because the Lions are kind of bad against the tight end. I might have that wrong, but
Lions are their third third most points
given up. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead with Kate Otten because I think that's a higher scoring game too.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck Kate Otten because the last time he was in a smash matchup, he failed.
But he scored a touchdown against a bad matchup, right? He's somewhere in the middle, Kate Otten.
I'll go Conklin. But yeah, this is why. I mean, tight ends is trash. It's trash.
And I'll go
and shout out to Panama.
Yeah, shout out to Panama.
And Matt Merck said, questioning with JJ being out for 4 weeks, still have to give up a lot to get him correct. I think it depends on the position, like the type of season that the JJ team is having. The better the season that team is having, the more you're going to have to pay to get them. If they're like 0-5 somehow with JJ, you might be able to get them somewhat cheap.
Yeah, you look at what they need. Oh, they need a running back. Here's a running back, and here's a receiver to replace JJ that you can start. Bang, start there.
And Matt Merck said ESPN app has wigged out on me a couple times, and it cost me twice this year by losing Moss and Henry. Yeah, see, that's what sucks, man. Like, fuck the ESPN app. Everyone has to, like, get off of that. Get to Sleeper. And, I mean, I'd even go Yahoo over ESPN, but, I mean, I still like Sleeper over the rest. Nice. Antonio said, check every morning when I smoke my first cig. Nice. On it. Ooh, Marco said Fields or Lamar. I'm going to go Lamar, but it's Fields at home versus Minnesota is very juicy.
I'll play Fields.
And Marco said, do we keep the players on the IR list into next season, actually? Well, so in the off season, there technically is no IR in the NFL. So 10 spots get added to the 10 spots
Your
get
roster.
added to the rosters, to the bench. The IRs get removed. And then
You're forced to remove the players from the IR, and then you have extra 10 spots to work with. So you'll be all right.
And then come like when do we switch it? Pretty much like maybe like a week or so before the season starts.
You got to start getting down to size.
Yeah, the IR spots. Actually, no, it's in the beginning. Yeah, so I had the IR spots in the beginning of August because that's when the IR like officially kind of like opens up for the NFL during like the training camp and the OTAs and all that. And then it's like maybe a week or two after that where where we got to do a roster cut down. Those 10 spots that get added in the offseason onto the bench, they get removed. Then you got to make your final cuts. So you get 10 extra spots to like play around with for like a couple weeks is pretty much what it is. If you have a bunch of guys that are on IR.
10, count them 10.
Yeah. And Marty, should I try to get off Curtis Samuel now or are his numbers sustainable? Well, you look, last week, that's going to be a little bit of an outlier, right? But like, I feel like his 15 points is pretty sustainable for him the way that they use him in most matchups.
Sam the Wolf threw the ball 51 times. So,
yeah,
he was able. And then that's a game where Dotson wasn't a factor and neither was Terry McLaurin really. So, it's almost like he's their third running back too when they go scat backy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if they're playing any kind of team with like decent cornerbacks, like you got to expect an uptick for him because they use him. He's such like a gadgety guy. Like they could still put him out there, and we see him go out wide.
And to answer the question, I don't think it's sustainable.
Yeah,
but that's me though. How I feel about Curtis Samuel. Kind of weasels everything. Everything he does is like a weasel move. You know what I mean?
And Bogey can never figure out when to start him.
Yes, I just fuck him. And
it's Matt Merck said Logan Thomas playing
versus someone who will start him against me because that's the only other option they have. And he's like, yeah, that was a good start.
Hey, you heard me say that Curtis Samuel was. I know you're not talking about me, but yeah, Curtis Samuel was a good start.
Yeah, and he started against me in a lot of places last week, which is fucking annoying.
Maybe they were just listening to us. They know that they know a couple of your arch enemies, and they
and I had a bunch of Curtis Samuel on the bench, and I started I told people to start him.
And Logan playing ATL this week, yeah, for sure. High streaming option available in most leagues, for sure. Yeah, he better not be available in leagues that people are listening to us right now in because we've been telling you since the off season to put him on your team. I had to drop him in, when he got hurt, just for roster spots. So I'm with it. But I got him back in some of those spots, so go pick him up.
Who's this?
Pick him up. Logan Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
What up, Clock? He said, with JJ being put out in CMC killing it, can we admit that zero RB's dumb? Zero RB's always been dumb. Pigeonholing yourself into any kind of like specific draft before you start the draft, that's always been dumb to me.
I don't think it's dumb. I don't think any strategy is dumb. Because there's so many different ways to get to the promised land. You know what I mean? I think when everyone champions one thing and then like, it doesn't work out for you, it's dumb. You know what I mean? Like if you were able to get a David Montgomery and then a Brian Robinson and who else was good in that middle range?
Yeah, so said it right there. Be fluid, and that was, that was my point as well. I think just pigeonholing yourself into any draft strategy before you draft, and like, oh no, I'm drafting this person in the first, or like this.
Yeah, like idiots.
This in the second, this in the third. Like, no, fuck that.
That never works out too for everybody that does that shit.
No, hell no.
Somebody was asking us the other day, so next year in the third, are you guys taking? No. Then he came back even full force and like, okay, well, this is how I see it. Third round, this guy. Fourth round, this guy. Listen, bro, it's October. Don't even ask me the date today.
And that's why it's because like, they're just not as savage as us. Like we're going to be drafting from February all the way until August.
They need to know now.
Like, yeah, that's why you got to be watching us when none of your friends are paying attention, like at all, because they all pay attention.
Write it down.
In August. Yeah, you can be paying attention to us in February, March, April, and even getting involved with some of these drafts as well. So you just have the upper hand come August. Like, I can't remember what Tino said. Tino was like, man, Hustler's really got like 500 draft hours like under his belt. And it like may have even been more. Like, may have even been more than that, like this offseason. We were going crazy.
Yeah, and every year I've won multiple titles. I've done like, you know, maybe 20, 25 mocks at minimum. Then like, you know, and these days we're just in so many drafts that it's like, that's just, I'd rather draft than mock. You know what I mean? We're in enough to sustain that same type of flow you want to have when you get into drafts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then also too, like, it's pretty uniform according to the times when you rock with like degenerates for real. When you get in your homies, that's when shit's different for real. You know what I mean? That's when the real idiots are at. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that are like wrote down what to do every round. You know
and they're not necessarily like the cat, you know, like not everybody who only plays redraft, who only pays attention in August is you know, a casual, but like they're amongst like that 4 or 5, you know, like, I mean, I wonder how many like leagues are like, you know, out of every league that exists right now, like Dynasty, redraft, like all of that, like how many are actually like, you know, happening, let's say 4 weeks before the season starts. Because there's so many people who like anybody gets hurt in the off season, we see it in the group, like, oh, this is why you only draft like Labor Day and that's it. Because they're in like one league and like that's it.
I know, right? And then I'm fucked this year. Yeah, because you're fucked every year in your one league and you draft stupid and you never win. 10 years in it. I know a bunch of people I can say names, but I'm not going to say it. Because like, here's my thing too. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. If I'm in our group that stays together for X amount of years, I'm gonna know this fucking group. I'm gonna know all their fucking weaknesses. I'm gonna know all of it. Because that's my intention to win this league. Like,
what up? Shout out to the
admin.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that way I'm gonna win it eventually. At least one point or another. That's how I always feel.
Yeah. Jake said, what up? What up? He said, running off 2 hours sleep. Graveyard sucks. Oh man. Been there, done that. And Chris, what up? Said, yo, I traded Pacheco and Marquise Brown for a CD and Zach Moss. I don't like it. I don't want to trade away Pacheco.
And CD is kind of like, that's a low, that CD is a buy low, not like, I mean, I don't know. I guess, is that would you, and then bring over Moss is like, I don't know.
Charter, you're the man. He said, or pay Huss for draft help, get you some stacked teams. And where do you do that? 420crew.org. Go join the crew. Go join the crew.
Yeah, shout out to my man Attila. I remember he used to pay me to draft his team. He'd take me to the live draft. I just get loaded and draft for him. Yeah. And he would always be amongst the highest scoring and just be like not in the playoffs. Like, yeah, and he would know it's not my fault because he would bring me back every year. And then like I remember this one night, this guy was like, "Oh, you bring him back every year, you never win."
And what up, Crispy? Said, I never should have taken the advice of wide receivers are more valuable than RBs because of age. I knew it was wrong, but my brain went.
Nah, that's still correct.
I mean, in a nutshell.
In Dynasty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, but here's one thing that like everybody needs to remember. There's different reasons why you would make trades in Dynasty. In redraft, it's always the same. You're making a trade to improve your team right then. Maybe it's for that week, maybe it's for that season, but there is no future. It's just that, you know, we're going hard for this season and that's it. For Dynasty, if you're rebuilding, okay, like if you're rebuilding, that doesn't mean sell off every single one of your best pieces. Like that's not what rebuilding like means, you know. And if you're going for a championship, that doesn't mean overpay for like every piece that you can like overpay for. You still got to make moves to like strategically, you know, get your team better if you're trying to like compete for it right then. And Crispy, you just kind of you give up on people too easily when you think that you're rebuilding, like instead of like holding out for a better
Why did he just move?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. I have no idea who this is even about. But I know sometimes I've had to talk Crispy off a ledge where he's about to make a trade, and it was like, no, like don't do that.
Well, you're a good.
See, that's why you need to be in the crew, so you can have guys like me that you can lean on to tell you no, because a lot of trades happen in impulse.
And I promise you, you could make the right trade, and then that person gets hurt. It doesn't mean you made the wrong trade. Still,
yeah,
it sucks, but it's like, you know what I mean. No one can predict injuries. You know what I'm saying? And unless you have running backs that you're moving in Dynasty, because they tend to get hurt, whether they're young or not.
And that's usually why someone's buying up on them, because they're already hurt.
Exactly.
They're trying to patch holes and they're paying.
And like his statement being that, I shouldn't have listened to people say receivers have more value than running backs. That's just a guy who's probably hurting bad in his specific team, and he's trying to generalize it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and that statement as general, wide receivers are more valuable than running backs because of their age. Well, they last longer. The shelf life is longer. So, I mean, wide receivers just as a whole do last longer. But, like there's guys there's always exceptions to the rules. So that's what you got to remember.
Like, okay, JT, he's one of the best in the game since he's been in the league, right? He couldn't even get his money. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a JJ right now, they're going to be like, okay, JJ, what can we do here? Well, JJ, I want to get traded. Not everyone's Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? We're like, there were Mahomes in it, and they're like, we could survive without Tyreek Hill. Because any other team was clamoring for it, like Miami. Bring him over, we'll get him, and we'll pay him. You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, it's really like making choices of like Tyreek Hill or like Chris Jones. And, at the end of the day, like, man, they probably need, those defensive guys that they're going to need to pay over at Tyreek Hill.
I mean, they have Mahomes and Andy Reid's play calling to compensate for otherwise.
Yeah.
At least whether that's arrogant or not, it produced the MVP last year without Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're
going to keep taking these shots on these second and third round wide receivers like every single year, either way, until they hit.
He's sort of entered the Brady realm where it's like now he can make names, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least, I don't know if that's entirely true yet, but like, I mean, for what it's worth, that's how the approach was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They won a Super Bowl with Sky Moore and Juju and Kadarius Toney what's his name? MVS as their four wide receivers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's insane.
Because that's just talking wide receivers, because it's always Kelsey. You know what I mean? And that's an instance where if I had a Toney or a Rice, I think I would flip them for like a running back in Dynasty if I needed one. You know what I mean? Because those are the type of guys that like people might be like, well, it's Dynasty receivers, better value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always a case by case. But
yeah,
like, I'm still gonna say,
even if the wide receiver does last longer, like, just like Rashee Rice, we have no idea what he's going to be. Like the person who, like, let's say it is a Rashee Rice for like a running back. You may get more production from whatever running back you get in the next 2 years than like the person gets for Rashee Rice for the next 5 years, over just over time. So
I mean, look at Mecole Hardman for years on that offense.
Yeah.
He was on that offense for 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, even Sammy Watkins on that offense didn't really do shit. It was, I don't know, it's weird.
And Ron said, what's the status on Eckler, Barkley, St. Brown? Any of them playing this weekend? Well, St. Brown practiced, Eckler practiced. Pretty sure Barkley did also, but all kind of limited. I think Eckler might have gotten into full go. He says, I think so.
My God, you see the excitement I had?
Charter said, words of advice on drafting Kelsey first, second round, and never drafting Kadarius Toney.
Tony. And yeah, the Kelsey interesting. And that's the thing. 10 times out of 10, knowing what I know before the year starts, I'm gonna take Kelsey up there because it's the upside. It's the position scarcity versus position dominance. I would take that every time. He gets hurt. Fuck, I was kind of fucked. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's football at the end of the day. Motherfuckers get hurt. You know what I mean?
Even then, still been the safest though. I mean, I know Laporta's like kept his safe floor or whatever, but like we still had no idea what we were going to get with Laporta. And like anybody could get hurt. Yeah, and anybody could get hurt. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I'd still rather have Kelsey in that offense than literally anybody else. I don't care how anybody's doing for the first couple weeks of the season.
Yeah, if I could draft again, knowing what I know, I mean, no one's taking Kelsey in like the first 3 rounds, maybe the third.
Fuck, like
that's where I'm taking him. I'm back in the second round or something. I'm like, yeah,
I'd be looking for the spot to steal him. We'd be finding that soft spot. And Trey said, start bench cut rest of season. JT, Alvin Kamara, Montgomery.
I'll cut JT.
Nah, I'd sit JT. I'd cut Kamara, I guess. I don't know. We're never cutting any one of them.
I'm just saying, like, for the sake of the question, yeah. And then you can flip flop start or sit for Kamara or Montgomery for me. I'm just like, gotta see it from JT. He's still learning a new offense on top of him, like legit coming back from this injury.
Yeah,
like legit. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe my tune changes if they lied to us and they said, oh, we're gonna give him 10 more snaps, and he goes out there and plays fucking 60% and produces. Because you know what if he goes down and only plays 20% of the snaps but produces? Maybe I'll change my tune still. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the Viking Queen.
All hail the Viking Queen.
And Crispy said, I wasn't talking about you, fool. Don't be so sensitive. No, we didn't think you were talking about us. We were saying what you said in a vacuum was still kind of
I thought you were talking about me, fool.
And it's Matt Merch. Now, you may have missed one of your questions being answered because of the ad break. We didn't answer the trade question, though. Trade questions. You know what you got to do. Go join the crew. 420crew.org.
Yeah, drop a nice hefty super chat. You know, we'll break that thing down for real.
And what up, Buck? He said Flowers or Palmer in the flex. Flowers. And he said he plays a guy named Bogard this week. He's in the number 2.
Oh, that's me. I'm like, this is not a trick question. Who's playing me? Who's that?
It's what the hell is his he's draftaholic in Sleeper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my team is okay in that league. I mean, I have Brock and Dak. It's like they're both in bad match, or one's in a bad matchup. And then got some guys on a bye week. We're gonna go to war thoroughly. It could go his way if Kelsey comes out and puts up a stinker for me. Got Nick Bolton coming back tonight. I think I got Snead in there too. So I got 3. I got what's that, like an 1/8 of my guys going tonight? A 1/6 of my guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? But pleasure going to war with you, draftaholic.
And Clock said you see the new news on Jada Pinkett and said that her and Will have been split up since 2016.
Yeah, because that's when she started fucking on the her son's friend, which is a lot to deal with. You know, it's crazy. I started to sympathize with Will Smith in a little bit. Then I started to really despise him because I sympathize with him because that's fucked up. He tried to make it work. You know, high profile a couple, but like, you know, they had like an open relationship after that, and then it's like, you know, so that's pretty much she pretty much convinced him that, yeah, okay, well, you caught me cheating, but now it's an entanglement, not cheating. That's what she called it. Yeah, we're in an entanglement. And then she got him to agree, like, yeah, okay, it's an open relationship. So she's fucking off on other fools.
Because either way, it's probably cheaper to just let her do whatever she wants to do than try to like go for a divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They
a lot of money and assets at stake there to have to deal with that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she got her own money too. But like not like Will Smith, I'm sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how much money. Like it's whoever has more is about to give up. Like, you know.
Yeah, and like I mean, it's unfortunate that like young couples when they're in love and they get married and you know what I'm saying, me and you against the world. I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, baby, me and you against the world. And
well, then, they were
unless. So just sign this real quick. Yeah, I know, right, baby? Me and you, you're on the thing of the Titanic, the king of the world, all this shit. But hold on, make sure you sign this real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? Sign that up. Then there's Leo DiCaprio, the actual king of the world, right? He's like, I'll never get married. I'm just gonna go with my crew, and you're gonna hear all the rumors about it. We go and shut it down everywhere. I'm gonna need 100 women. I got 20 of my guys with me. Like that's how he gets down for real.
Yeah.
I'm like, Leo's the man.
Niner MMA said my boy was a nice Kelsey pick. He stinks this year. He said, I hope Kelsey shuts him up tonight. Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is Kelsey's only like stinking up to like Kelsey standards, not up to like every other tight end in the NFL standards.
Yeah, but that's the caveat too, because we needed him to produce like, you know, like a top tier receiver that we would have been able to get drafted in that spot. You know what I mean? Because that was going in our tight end spot. You know what I mean?
He still is. It's just he didn't play week 1, so it's taking like that long to catch up. Like Laporta's the only one with more points in the tight end spot than him.
So would you say Kelsey
69 points? That's what's tough. You know, Tyreek 135 points, but he's still. I mean, I guess there's a lot of people with like 70 to 76 yards, like a lot of wide receivers.
I'm just going to go out and say it, man. It's fucking Taylor Swift's bad box. You don't put it, if you have a bad box, you're not putting the spring in that guy's step, man.
So look, there's only 13 wide receivers.
Have you ever seen her dance?
Listen to this. There's only 13 wide receivers who have 90 points or more. And then there's a big cluster of only players besides that who have like 70 to 76 points. There's a big cluster that would be over Travis Kelce because of like, 5 points, 6 points.
Yeah, Kelsey's still the man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
Even though he's with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's going to be there tonight. And now this will be like the third game she was at. And if he has a bad game, it's her fault. And I'm telling you, she can't dance. That means she's probably whacking the bed. I'm just saying. I've seen her dance.
Don't matter.
Yes, it does.
12 points, 19 points.
Who you want to fuck, Shakira or J-Lo? Or would you rather fuck like a Taylor Swift? You know what I'm saying? Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Don't matter. Kelsey's still going to go and throw down 20 points on the Broncos.
He's getting a bad box. Look at Russ. We've seen him the last couple of years with Sierra. She got a bad box. I'm sure she can dance. She just don't want to give. She don't want to break them off, bruh.
Yeah, Russ
leave my work at home. I don't like taking my work home.
Russ is competing with the likes of Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, like all that. Who's Kelsey competing with? Laporta, Mandrews, Komet, Hawkinson. I'm taking Kelsey all day. It's not even close. Doesn't even matter. He could have bad box.
I think we have two different arguments. I'm with you on your argument. I'm saying Taylor Swift.
Well, what I'm saying is even with the bad box, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it's Kelsey's just so much better than everybody else. Even a whack Kelsey is still better than everybody else over there.
You think he'll shake it off?
Has to. Charter said his Jada Superhead.
Who, Jada? Fuck no. Nah, Jada. I mean, Superhead is Corinne. Corinne, whatever her last name is. Look her up. She's a legend. She's a legend, I tell you.
And Tino said it's always been weird to me that people care like about the relationships, like Will and Jada, Taylor and Travis said. Imagine a bunch of people following your relationship. Hella weird. Well, I mean, like, I guess it just depends on how much gossip like goes around. Because I think if there's like, work couples or things like that kind of shit's always being talked about.
I mean,
how long is this gonna last?
I mean, even Jay-Z still fucked a bitch on the side and he had Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? But see, they work their thing out. And he looks like a camel. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I don't know. That has nothing to do with nothing. And see, because I am one of those people that I pay attention to people's shit. Because you know why? Because it's fascinating. You know what I'm saying? Like it's appear on the other side of whatever veil that, you know what I mean, celebrities.
The Viking Queen's with you. She said no rhythm for that girl, and she's
laughing. Bone.
Said hop
bad box.
And said it matters.
I've seen Kelsey do them dance shows and do all kind of, you know what I mean? Like Kelsey's like a regular what's his name? What's that dude from 21 Jump Street?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, because Channing Tatum's a white boy that can dance for real. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what's his name? Got some rhythm, bro. Yeah, Kelsey got some rhythm, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro. There's no motion in the ocean with her, bro. She's over there. I could draw her right now. You just draw a stick figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boring. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know who's sexually frustrated out there clearly? Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? He got that shoulder injury, and then he's like, listen, I can't go. You know why? I kept re-aggravating it, bro. How else he's going to get his rocks off?
Can't switch hit. He can't switch hit.
I don't know, man. He's too busy sitting on the other hand till it gets numb.
Oh, yeah. You got to do the stranger.
The stranger. The stranger finishes him off.
Oh, man.
My shoulder hurts. I can't play today.
Oh, man.
I mean, I guess it's better than him going into massage parlors, right? He needs to know better.
And Tino said,
these days.
And Tino said, why is it so fascinating? Come on, man. It's reality TV, bro. Like, everybody loves it because, like, everyone likes seeing drama. Everyone likes seeing, like, being nosy and looking in on other people's lives. Like,
you know who I like Ben Affleck. First of all, one of the greatest butt chins in the game. It's what made him a good Batman. It was a really poor written Batman role for him, but that butt chin, I tell you, that's Batman deserves a real strong ass chin. You know what I mean? Now, with that said, I like Affleck because he's always had, you know, the Benefers. You know what I mean? He went back to back Benefers, right? Now he went back to J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? The original booty, not like all these fake ones these days, right? And like, you know, they just be doing regular shit, Starbucks runs, and then like, you know, paparazzi's is on him, and he'll click. And you know, he's a true gentleman. He puts her in the car first, closes the door, mugs the fuck out of all the paparazzi. You know what I mean? Just mugs them down. You know what I mean? I'm like, there you go. At least set some type of boundary. You know? Yeah, we got Starbucks and what, motherfucker? You know what? Take the pictures, and now Starbucks gonna call me and give me millions of dollars because of this. They would.
Tino said, nah, I only seen the Ray J video, though, for science.
That was the old Kardashian, though, right? When she had the nose and the widow's peak, you know what I mean? On ecstasy.
Man.
She was smacking on that thing. I remember watching that when YouTube was like the Wild West. Remember that shit when you used to like be able to pull shit up on the old YouTube?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was one of those ones you could be in the middle of the day just smoking at the park with the homies, and then somebody bring, oh, you ain't seen that Ray J video? Look, check this out right here. Broad daylight, fools watching the porn and shit. That's what smartphones did to America, bro.
And how crazy is that? I love seeing those old videos of Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian, where Kim was like her personal assistant or whatever, and Paris Hilton's just like shitting all over her, like treating her like a little bitch. And man, it's wild, man. But she had to learn. She had to pay her dues.
But still, though, see, and then you gotta remember how you treat people, bro. Because when Kim Kardashian blew up, she just left that bitch in the dust, huh? You know what I mean? And dust literally, because that was like apparently what they used to like do. They used to like to play with their nose. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was in Vegas at the Pure nightclub. Shout out to my man. It was my man Ryan's bachelor party. His brother's bachelor party, actually, right? So shout out to Ryan. But we was out in this thing, and this was like at the height. This is like 2006. So this is like the height of like Paris Hilton's like fame or whatever. You know what I mean? Okay. And she was like, I could pretty much do whatever I want to do. She's like, I'm gonna sing a song for my album, and then we're like, what? The bitch makes music. And she's gonna cover a Rod Stewart's don't you like? Is it Think I'm Sexy? Is that what song? Don't you think I'm sexy? Come on, sugar, let me know. And listen, bro, I swear, like throughout, like in between, like the verses, because there's like, you know, long instrumental stretches. She went and bumped the coke line, bro, like right there on the table. There's hella fools with her and shit, and she just whoop. And, you know, and the way the Pure nightclub is, like the VIP, it's like risen up, so she's just performing from there. So we're right there watching the bitch, and my man's, he had the little trio. You know what I'm talking about? Remember back then, the trio, that was the only thing that you could really record on back then, and it was like decent quality. And it got to her turning around, going like doing one of those and shit. And then, like, you know, back then it was like, you know, if you had that nowadays, you could just make a phone call or send an email to TMZ and they'll pay you for that shit. Back then we didn't know where to go with it. We're like, bro, we can make some racks off of this shit. And then ironically, she ends up being like infamous for getting caught with coke in Vegas, like on a number of times. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nowadays, when you go into the clubs in Vegas, bro, they looking in your wallets and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
You know,
they're not checking your underwear, man.
Yeah, when we went to it was a bachelor party like years ago now at this point. Man, one of the dudes was just an idiot. And and it was funny. It was the powder, but in a weed case, and they wouldn't even let him take the weed in. But he didn't want to wasn't gonna throw it away like either. That's funny though, because he ended up having to go back to the hotel room, and I'm pretty sure he did like almost all of it by himself. I wasn't partaking, so I was just laughing at everybody. I was just dabbing.
It's funny because, like, see, that's a fiend for you, bro. He chose that over it. You know what I mean? He does say that. All right, then, y'all. I know there's probably some scattered ass in there, but I'm gonna go to the room and handle some business. And the motherfucker's so cooked out, he don't want to leave the room. I'm like, nah, man. Kind of cool. He's all anointed.
What up, Devo?
I know homie I had a homie like that. Shout out to my man Juju. Juju would get coked out and disappear, bro. He could be in the room and shit. You wouldn't want to leave. Like, man, you're tripping. Why'd you come to Vegas, bro?
Damn, this is crazy. Guy just traded Jacob. Just traded Nuka for St. Brown and Olave. I mean, that's selling super high, I feel like.
For what?
For Puka.
Oh, okay. And this is
St. Brown and Olave.
For Puka. What league is this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's insane. I was about to be mad. Like, fuck. Am I in that league? I was like, why do I always take it to me first? Huh? What league is that? Because I would be really upset. Fuck, I couldn't have gotten in the mix.
You're fucking ridiculous. Every trade that happens, if it's a trade,
am I in that league? No trades go down without me. It's like, it's funny because that's why I make most of my moves in the offseason, especially right before the year starts. People don't realize, bro, they get really affected by the blurbs that pop up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look even right now, look at the recency bias on it. They want to buy Puka, even though Cuppa just came back. And then they're moving Olave, who has been lackluster. But if you're watching the games, he's like, I hate saying this, but he's due. I hate saying that for Olave. I hate saying that for any player, period. But if you watch the games, he had 2 drop touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? The air yards are there. It's just, but when it all comes together, he's going to have a big game. He dropped the one last week. He would have had 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? And we're probably not moving him based on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny. Then with the St. Brown injury, obviously. So I still don't get it, but I'm trying to make sense of it. Still don't make sense.
Fucking Crispy. I was wondering what the hell he was talking about. He's like, make this trade, do the trade with me. And come on, man. I'm not trading Travis Etienne for a second rounder, Crispy. What the hell? Come on, man.
I'm definitely not in that league, huh?
No, but crazy. And seeing, man, that one was one where my plan was to rebuild. I'm 2-3. I mean, that's where it was like last year. And the teams, somehow I'm in 6th place, 2-3. And not somehow, it's because my points are crazy, but my points against are 2nd highest in the league.
It happens.
Yeah, I got Russ and Purdy. And Ritter. Oh, man.
Decisions.
Yeah.
It's Ritter and Russ for me if I had those 3.
Yeah, Cleveland really sucks.
But it's also like, what kind of game is it going to be on the other side for Cleveland's offense, right?
Yeah.
It might be PJ Walker.
Yeah, that's going to be real ugly. Real ugly. And Triple X Lex, I have Richardson and Watson. If Watson can't play, do I drop Quentin Johnston, Jalen Warren, Deontay Johnson to pick up a streaming QB? Could also drop A-Rich and put Deontay on the IR to pick up a QB.
Why can't you I would put Rich in the IR, and I would put Deontay in the IR, or one of them. If you only have one, you could put one of them in there. Oh, he has Richardson in there right now. I would drop Warren. I don't give a fuck about Warren.
Crispy, you're savage. He says, counter fool. I don't have a first. Crispy, I'm not trading Travis Etienne.
I love his trade approach, though. That's great negotiation. Like, fucking counter me.
I literally have Najee and Etienne, And that's it. I mean, Miles Sanders, I mean, fuck, he's like always dead. I don't even consider him like
it's funny because hold on. Send him Sanders for a second. then that's a good deal for him. I'd be like, Crispy, you came up. I wouldn't be lying. I mean, for what it's worth to get a starting running back for a second round.
Fucking Crispy. Oh man.
And he's like, you can't even do that because you're probably rolling out Sanders this week.
Yeah. Yeah, my only
and going back to that question, I'll go ahead and drop Jalen Warren. Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, why can't you move guys to the IR?
He said I'm assuming he has one because he said I could drop Richardson, then put Deontay in the IR and then make a pickup.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously wants to hold. And I'm okay with dropping Richardson. Someone else might pick him up and stash him. And then, but like if they start winning with Gardner Minshew, I think they're gonna be like, kid, you're gonna sit down, and then you know what I mean. And if anything happens,
he's out for a lot of weeks. Like
a
lot of weeks.
So I'm okay doing that, but because people can't get rid of Warren, can they? They just can't do it. And if you ask me my personal opinion, it's not just because I'm always been the Najee guy, but they're gonna come out of that bye week and they're gonna look way better with Najee in that same volume he's been getting. It's just gonna work better. I'm sure of it.
And they go up against the Rams when they get off that bye.
Mm-hmm.
They can get against the pass, but not so much against the run.
There you go. And Najee's been getting all the work. It's just that when you can catch a ball and go for like 17 yards, that's 2.7, and then there goes all Najee's 9 carries for 27 yards. And people are like, oh my God, Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Fucking Jalen Warren. 8 touches, man. He gets 8 touches. That's what I hear.
And Jacob said, I already have Chase and Cup, so it's just a flex. Yeah, see, I mean, I don't know. That's one of those things. It doesn't, I can't remember. Oh, Nuka. Yeah. And well, no, we're already saying that you got, way better deal.
Yeah, you came up.
Yeah.
Good shit. Take a bow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No way that he would get traded.
I have Nuka and Cup in a couple spots. I'm playing them both. And as long as Stafford don't die on me. Don't go dying on me.
Don't you go dying on me.
All right. We've been rocking for 2 hours. So let's lock this down. We're not going to do, and so let me see. Can't remember. Do we still, we still did FNT.
We did FNT's Thursday.
Right? But it'll be
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, regular time.
It'll just be real quick because we got the quick turnaround to Thursday night football.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what the hell, Tim said, my son had Jonathan Taylor and dropped him, and I went and swooped him up like a ninja in the night. Man, why did you drop him?
I mean, and listen, that's a great lesson for the kid, right? Like, listen, see your old man, your dear old man, had to go and do that. You want him back, you're going to have to trade for him. You know what I'm saying?
All right, and don't forget, this Friday we are breaking down Child's Play 1, the original. We're taking it all the way back.
What we're going to do right here is go back. Way back. Back into time.
And what is this? The
25th year anniversary. It would be this November.
And that's what's crazy.
October. It would be October something, right? 20.
And that's what's crazy. It's not the 25th anniversary. It's the 35th.
Oh, there you go. I don't know why I was this. We only knew it was 86.
Yeah.
Or 87?
88.
88. Look at that.
Yeah. 35th.
Go back. How about this though? We need to chop the Chucky, like various Chucky laughs.
Okay.
Just to hit him as drops.
Okay.
Because he had some pretty maniacal laughs. Like his laugh is fucking top 10, bro. Villains laughs. Yeah, he is. I can't even imitate it before I would. It'd be annoying.
Let's see.
Yeah, pull up some Chucky reels.
Yeah, I'd say a few different ones.
Okay, right. There you go.
Yeah,
you'll be
the whole Chucky laughter track right here.
There it is.
One. Wonder how many different laughs they got on there. We'll get that in there. But yeah, Child's Play 1, 35th 35-year anniversary for this one is taking it all the way back to the beginning. And now it's crazy because now,
with the series
progressing through the story and everything, now we know things that have happened even before 1988, because that was like the year that everything happened.
Yeah, he was because it starts off with him on the they're trying to apprehend him.
November 9th, 1988. That's when Charles Lee Ray died. And that's also Andy Barkley's birthday, November 9th.
That's crazy because that's also my daughter's birthday, my oldest. She's gonna be 16.
And that's my mom's birthday. It's crazy. November 9th, and one of my friends' birthdays.
And then your sister has the same birthday as my other daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Or my daughter has the same birthday as her, I should say.
Yeah, real trippy.
Yeah, my son has the same birthday as you. It's like, it's crazy because you're not the first person I met like that. Like Sven is another one of those. He's a Sag like me. And his son has the same birthday as you and mine. It's insane. I think his son's not even one, just born this year.
Trippy. And Peacock said, and there's this thing, I don't know if this is true, but if you get 50 people, or just 50 random people into a room at the same time, there's like, I don't know, like a 75% chance or something that like at least 2 people have the same birthday.
I don't know, that's pretty high, but I believe it because I've met in my life. I have a group thread with some birthday twins. You know what I mean? For real though.
Peacock said, I'm going to watch the series. I've been watching the Creep Show every night. Nice. And the series is, it's getting a little off the rails,
Oh, they've revamped it. It's out. It's new.
I don't know. Let us know, Peacock. Uh-oh. Peacock said he has the same birthday as Diamond Dallas Page. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, Crispy and Pat McAfee and The Rock have the same birthday.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
I think Crispy could take The Rock on.
It's probably,
I think he could take him out, but
yeah,
he can take him on. Crispy's like, fuck that jabroni.
Oh, and Crispy said, "Fool, if you're not trading Travis, why is he on the block?" Oh, it's because I think I never took him off, is what it was. So I'm gonna take him off. It's because I traded other RBs and they all got put on the block, and I guess I never took him off. All right, see, there we go. Easy fix. He's off the block.
Like, oh,
my bad, Crispy. You missed out on that. That was when I traded like Stevenson away and like a bunch of other stuff.
What league is that?
Number 4.
Oh yeah. That's the one you're like technically trying to rebuild it and like you're just competing.
Well, I'm 2-3, but it's crazy. I have like a good amount of points for, but points against is screwing me right now.
I heard the fuck out of that.
And let's see. Peacock said 4 seasons started back in 2019. Tons of 40-minute little shorts and horror stories.
Cool. I'm gonna find. Where's that at? I'm gonna find that shit.
And Tino said my wife delivers babies. She's a nurse. July and August is the months with the most babies. Because that's like
people
Christmas.
fucking in the holidays.
Yeah.
And then throughout the cupcake season, so it's like October-ish. Yeah, because my daughter's July, and she was definitely conceived on a Halloween. Like we were out like partying and shit. And I was Rick Grimes, and my wife was a zombie. You don't know who Rick Grimes is. He's only the baddest motherfucker in The Walking Dead. I had the comic book accurate one. And I had an axe with me because he carries a hatchet, but it's the closest I could find. It had all the blood guts, like the legit on it. And my wife was scary as a motherfucker. And I swear that was the night that my 10-year-old was conceived. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's see. A couple more questions that we're getting out of here. Uh-oh. And Derek said,
not only does my daughter have the same birthday as your sister, July 5th, also Mag Trey and Clock.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Derek said Walking Dead, Andrew Lincoln's his cousin.
For real? Listen, I'm very gullible, so don't even tell me it's a lie. I fucking love Andrew Lincoln. He's the man.
Adil, what up? He said pick 2, Javante Waller, London Sutton. It was ugly. London.
It'd be 2 London. Damn, man.
That's ugly. I don't even want to pick the second one right now.
I like, but she has to because it's either Javante or Sutton, unless you just remove them and stay away from tonight. I'm playing Sutton or Javante. I just can't decide which one.
Yeah,
because like Javante is like he's obviously going to get like guaranteed touches. Like he's not going to not touch the ball, right? But it's like then it's like how bad is the wind for the passing game period? So I'm leaning Javante there. Sucks. I do like Cortland Sutton though. Like there was no weather. It's just easy. I'm still in. You know what? I'm gonna lean Cortland Sutton.
I am gonna lean Cortland Sutton as well.
Fuck Javante.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jaleel. We ain't playing with Jaleel.
Peacock said it's like a more serious Tales from the Crypt. Okay.
Okay, so it's some real horror for real. Tales from the Crypt was kind of hilarious.
Timothy Nolan said Christopher Nolan could be my dad. Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek said it's a lie, but yeah, we got the same last name, so our family, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, the Andrew Lincoln, he's dope. He's a I think he's a Brit, or is that derogatory? He's British or he's English, right? But either way, but he likes wearing cowboy boots because ever since he came to America to shoot for Walking Dead, right? And be in Atlanta and playing like a guy from Kentucky that would wear cowboy boots. He's like, I can't get enough of the cowboy boots.
Yeah, and get ready because we got a cowboy movie coming. It's going to be the first movie after we get out of Halloween.
Oh yeah, this was badass right here, a real black bandito.
Yeah, it's called The Harder They Fall, and so this is going to be November 3rd.
Hey,
yeah.
That's the dude from The Wire, right?
Yeah, it just.
I didn't know the Method Man had like a legit role in The Wire.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty short. It was pretty short-lived, but he was in there.
Oh, okay, it was short-lived. Okay,
yeah,
he was like a rat though, right? Or like he ratted on his uncle or something like that.
Yeah, it was so.
But it was like he either gave up the uncle or they're gonna kill his fam or something like that.
It was something. I can't even remember. It's been so long. But yeah, he wasn't like there for like multiple seasons or like.
You ever fuck with Drink Champs?
Sounds familiar. Is it
Noriega shit? Noriega's podcast.
Yeah, you told me about it, but
yeah. So like with it, I don't know how old this one is, but I just caught the Method Man one last night or yesterday. And fucking but he was in there, he had like Takao boxes and shit, you know what I mean? With some flour, with all the Takao flour and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was in there talking about like how like you know what I'm saying, the generations these days, like when they see him in the streets, they're yelling, Dennis! You know what I mean? Because of his character in the Power Book or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but but he was just, but he's legendary hip-hop, pioneer, legend extraordinaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's kind of crazy. Because, at this day and age, he can kind of walk around in the regular world. It's not like before. Like, but he said he can't do that in like cross country, though. I mean, out of country.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Especially like in Asia. Like they swarm him like they're Michael Jackson and shit. I mean, the Wu-Tang, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Uh-oh. Crispy said, check the messages in number 11. What's going on over here?
Somebody beefing?
What's going on?
Or is he's talking about your DMs?
I don't see any trades or anything.
Maybe he's talking about the chat.
The only thing I see is Crispy putting JSN on the block.
He's like, yo, check me out. He's on the block.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
What happened?
He said text us. Oh, text. Did he send me a text?
I bet you, man, you should shoot me Crispy's number because then me and Crispy will get like a dozen trades done.
Cheetah said Kelsey expected to play, but I have Mark Andrews also. Do I risk it? Put Andrews, have PPR. It's Kelsey, man, you just never sit Kelsey if he's going to play. Remember when Kelsey got hurt last week and everyone's like, oh, man, he's done. He's out for the game. And then he just has the, he
has a Kelsey game in one half. He's like, you know what? Tape it up. I'm just going to shake it off.
So
he said, I don't want me and my fantasy managers to have bad blood.
So get ready for that. that is going to be The Harder They Fall. That one's going to be the 3rd of November. And then, man, this one's going to be fun. It's on Hulu right now. Bachelor Party. We're going to do that after The Harder They Fall. Now I finally get you guys to watch this, taking it all the way back to 1982. And it's like Tom Hanks's first leading role in a movie. And it's like a totally different Tom Hanks than
Yeah, because this is before Big and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure. And then
Hank straight from Oakland. Big up. His son's a weirdo.
But yeah, there we go. So those are some of the movies. And then we got Child's Play 1 this week, House of a Thousand Corpses next week. And then we're gonna review Scream 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 for Scream. That one's gonna be a good one. Because really we can review Scream knowing exactly what happens in the other ones and everything, because they're all tied in. Oh, he said tell Hess to tech trades. Man, who the fuck am I, dude? I'm not your fucking messenger boy. What the hell?
I remember when I sent my first message without you.
Fucking crispy.
He told you like Dad would. Don't tell us. I sent to check his message.
I'm not saying nothing to nobody.
I'm about to roll one more up if we're still chilling.
Yeah, I'm about to smoke one for Crispy.
I love Crispy. He makes my day.
Crispy.
I'm not lying too, but that's why I love doing the show. Love fucking with the community, man.
Yeah, the most lit morning show around.
You know what I'm saying? People got to get their day going just like us.
And Peacock
is just a little different.
And Peacock said all the Screams, baby. Hell yeah. And seeing I feel like these Screams almost do deserve like a full breakdown, and maybe we will break them all down individually. But I just feel like that's going to be a good convo, being able to talk about the trilogy in general, knowing now what we know about all of them together.
Did you write all the rules down so we can point out the rules?
I will.
Yeah.
But come on, man. There are certain rules.
There's certain rules
one must abide by to successfully survive a horror movie, because there's different rules for each one. Remember?
Yep. The part ones, then there's sequels, and then trilogies. All that's out the window.
All out the window. You know which one that I feel like I feel like either a lot of people don't know about, or they didn't maybe watch it and they just thought it was super whack. But number 4, that was Wes Craven's last movie that he directed.
Yeah, I never sat through that one.
That one's actually really good if you go back and watch it. It's just it kind of it almost started a new trilogy, but it was them literally making a 10 years later, maybe even longer than 10 years. Nah, it was 10 years. I think it was 2003 to 2011 or something. So almost 10 years.
I got all the PTSD in the world.
But man, I mean, it didn't let Scream die. That's what's cool. And it's it doesn't really make a difference necessarily for the 5th and the 6th one. But it was cool that there wasn't just 20-year gaps. And I wonder when the next one is going to come out now.
I could dig it.
Got to be coming out soon, because they
got a whole nother set, right?
Yeah. And it's crazy how a lot of the lineage in the newest ones, there's a lot of kids of famous actors who are in there.
What's dope about when because you got super fans turn writers too, where they'll take care of the lore, you know what I mean? Because Wes Craven, I think he really intended on that being the last chapter of it, right? Because after that's out of his hands, where the studio, they could even sell the IP or whatnot, or I don't know the extent of it, but you know what I mean? Because how long did they wait till he passed, right?
Couple years.
Years. See, it's not long enough. They're all right, dust it off. That Scream, got to make sure we squeeze the juices out the Scream franchise, because they even went through the show. MTV had a show My girl said that shit was dummy ass good. Right?
Actually, he passed away in 2015, so they did wait. Well, let me see. When did Scream 5 come?
Because I know they had the MTV series.
Okay, yeah. See, it took 7 years. So I mean, 2022.
So they waited
a little bit.
And when was that? When was the television series going on?
Let me see. I have no idea.
I
still never sat through that one. Damn, that's crazy. 2015, and it went for 3 years. So I wonder he had to be maybe somewhat consulted with about that, because like that means they had to have been filming it before he passed away, right? But he didn't have any ties to that.
Well, they could, or maybe that's when he sold the IP after or before he died. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Or the right, you know what I mean?
They got
or licensed the rights out. MTV will come through paying a guap. You know what I mean? And big production, right?
And Crispy said, Bogey, you want in number 3 and be assistant manager?
See, man, you know what's funny too is fucking I'm already having trouble taking care of my own shit. But I'll definitely do it in the off season, because I remember I offered it to him last year and I just didn't know how to do it. I'm like, where the fuck do I find to accept it? And then I just never did it.
Yeah.
You know? But in the off season, I'll be glad to. You know what I mean? Even just give him my number. He can just text me. That's my dad.
He said, "This is why I left for smokes and milk years ago. You kids don't."
So he feels entitled. He was like, we don't owe it to you, Dad.
And Derek said, "Shout out to Scream 2." Yeah, Scream 2. That was the first one that I saw in movie theaters. I didn't see Scream 1 in movie theaters.
I don't think I've seen any of them in the. I might have seen Part 3. That was like I might have been in. When did Part 3 come out? 2000.
2000 and. Actually, wait, was it 2000?
Because man, we used to watch all the movies until fucking like having kids.
Yeah,
once I started having kids, most of the movies I watched was a goddamn Disney something or a motherfucking Pixar or a fucking some shit.
Yeah, Scream 3 came out in 2000.
Yeah, there you go.
And which, like, that one I feel like gets slack for being like, I don't know, the least favorite for a lot of people. I don't even know if the
Roman Polanski one, or no, the Roman or whatever that was.
Yeah, and I feel like,
was it Polanski or no? That's the real director, huh?
Well,
the Sharon Tate's husband.
Yeah, I swear that they might have said Polanski, but something. Roman Bridger is the killer in there.
Yeah, that's because he's a director too, though.
Yeah,
that's who it is. That's what I meant. The Roman fucking
Bridger. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I always thought that this one was cool because it was like really tying in the trilogy and like really, bringing it all back, like this backstory that we never.
Yeah, and then he had like all this home footage of like the mom doing dirt or like going, to and fro.
Yeah.
Right. Because and then obviously he grew up to be a director, so he was playing with cameras when he was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Joe, one day we will do this. Smoke, stroke, smoke, stroke, smoke, stroke.
See, this is my man's I need money. When I met him, he wrote down on a piece of paper, I need money. And I said, me too. And it's been on ever since. Man, I ain't seen that in hella long. That was one of the ones we watched in the theaters. Stupid faded kids. And you just looking at theater, everybody's turned. You know what I mean? That shit was funny.
Hell yeah.
I must have been like, damn, what was it? Maybe a junior, like a sophomore when that came out?
2001?
Yeah, because I went with the years. Like I would start 9th grade in 1999, and then over the fucking January it'd be 2000, and I go into 10th grade, and I went with the years.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid. First grade, 91. You know what I mean? 92. Second grade, 90. And fun fact, because I only got on that pattern because I went to kindergarten twice. They said I didn't pass all the fucking the requirements that the teacher's supposed to know get out of kindergarten. They said I was wilding. So I did kindergarten again. That's probably why I'm so smart now.
Fucking Peacock is that's it. I'm going to Party City on my lunch break. Oh man, gonna get a whole bunch of stuff. Halloween stuff. He's to practice at 5 a.m. sharp. He said, "Fine, I don't mind cutting my evening short to be there."
Yes.
What is that from?
Huh?
I don't even know if that's from something specific.
No. He's gonna surprise us with some Halloween. He gets down to Halloween. You know what I mean?
There we go.
I'm gonna go to Party City.
Peacock say saw all of these in the theater. Sister took me Christmas Day when I was in middle school to see the first one. Yeah, it's crazy how that one came out like pretty close to Christmas.
That's like that used to be one of the things. All the teenagers, we go to movies on like Thanksgiving or fucking what is it called? Or Christmas. Because you get everybody together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go do something. When you're kids, when you get older, you just get faded. Like, yeah, Christmas time.
Tina said the show's so random. Yeah, because we started talking about the silver screen breakdowns and Scream, and then everyone just started jumping in on different things.
Yeah, what is it called? That first Scream though, that shit was dope because it was like, see, Wes Craven invent some shit because he went from doing like the slashers to like, okay, how do I do like a modern slasher, but nothing supernatural about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy kids, and it's like, what makes a crazy kid? Nurture. It's nature, or is it nurtured, and it's a little bit of both here. You know what I mean? His mom was a slower, right? Or no, his dad. Who was it? Yeah, Billy's mom, right? No. Sydney's mom. She was a slower.
Yeah, it was Sydney's mom.
On everyone, home wrecker. So he was bent on revenge, huh? He's like, watch, I'm gonna go. He's like, watch this, bro. I'm gonna fuck her. Then I'm gonna kill the dad. I'm gonna kill everyone. Frame the dad.
After we find out, since we're gonna be talking about all three, this is where we mix it in. Billy had someone, like a year, more than a year, before all this, was going on, like just coming. They're just, who knows what kind of drugs they're doing together. Maybe they're just drinking alcohol. Who the hell knows? Starts planting all these seeds of like everything. Whoa. Showing them all the video.
And that's the part 4?
No. This is the stuff that we find out in part 3. But like,
yeah. Part 3.
It's gonna be cool to talk about it,
Yeah.
This is what made.
Yeah, that was a nice little tie-in. I mean, because it's like, okay, how many times can you keep doing this, motherfucker? Like now you got to get Nev Campbell out of the forest. She's in the forest now.
And there was no real we knew the motive, but we didn't know that there's someone there pushing all of his buttons.
She kind of had a big face, huh?
Who,
Nev Campbell?
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of round her face. Just saying.
And
she got older.
I'm back. What I missed? You missed all the Scream talk. We were just talking about all the Screams.
Oh, maybe I'll throw. Maybe throw some nice little custom thumbnails for the Chucky joint. Peacock. Yeah. If you could, that'd be dope. Hella Chuckies.
And let's see on Twitch, Sutton or Judy? Ooh, man, for Jackson.
Judy? Sutton's been getting way more targets too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Sutton. And we'll answer these couple trade questions right before we get out of here. So is that what's good? Y'all got an offer trading K9 away for Laporta, Gabe Davis. I'm stacked at running back, but I need good wide receiver. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Nah, I want Walker.
Yeah, Walker's been way too good.
Maybe go pick up a Jonnu or something.
He said should have asked for Olave instead of Davis. I mean,
I might entertain an Olave and Davis.
That make it a little bit better. I'm still nervous about Olave though. Walker's been too good though. Seems like selling short.
Yeah, and you got him the rest of the way. You're buying 2 players that still have to have their bye weeks too. Like I think you're just selling short altogether.
AS said, should I trade Amari plus Hopkins for Metcalf? I mean, Amari kind of sucks. Like with no Watson, if he's not going to be there. So my wide receivers are Kupp, Amari, Watson, Flowers, Godwin, Hopkins.
So he's worried about having Metcalf. basically.
I don't know. I don't know what it is because no, he'd be trading Hopkins and Amari away to get Metcalf.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Maybe Metcalf plus.
And
I'm okay with that because that's another version of buying a player who you have the rest of the way because he's coming off his bye week. But I don't want plus. You know what I mean? It is, to be honest though, this is something I would do. Honestly, but I feel like he can get at least one more piece, like a usable piece, like a lower end piece. You know what I mean?
Fat single mom. Should I do CD, Gibbs, and Miles Sanders for Amon-Ra Mostert? Nah, I just want to keep CD. Joe said, looking for the pot, the pills, the shrooms. Shit, us too. Oh, man.
This motherfucker pulled over off the bike. Hit the kickstand down. He straight racially profiled him right away.
Oh, man. I didn't know that you were a little bitch. I wouldn't have answered your questions if I knew that you were a little bitch because we just answered your question. Go cry to someone else.
We literally just answered this question.
I know. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking moron.
Yeah, just rewind it. And yeah, you're a bitch.
No, he saw it. He was probably talking shit like literally right as we were answering it. Oh, fuck. Let's see if he actually deleted it or not.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt my soul.
Yeah.
You know, but I bet you us calling him a bitch might. So I apologize.
I don't.
I didn't really mean that apology.
If you're gonna cry and be a bitch, I'm gonna call you a bitch.
I mean, it is what it is.
All right, we're getting out of here anyways. See, I knew we shouldn't have answered that trade question.
It's funny because I was gonna say why you answered this guy's trade question, because the other guy was being a dickhead too, though.
And Adventures in the Queue said lost A-Chain and Jefferson this week. He said, so I need a wide receiver and a flex. Ayuk, Lockett, Osborne, Marquise Brown, Stevenson, McLaughlin. Lockett.
It's Lockett and Marquise Brown for me. I know you don't like Marquise Brown, but he's getting nice, decent targets.
Yeah, let's see him.
He's playing the Rams, but they're gonna hide him from the outsides. And then McLaughlin's like interesting. I think I'll stick with Hollywood. Ayuk is the only reason I'm not jumping to say Ayuk is because it's just a bad matchup, and it's probably a lower scoring game in the rain.
I'm gonna go Lockett and Osborne.
Oh, he has Osborne in there? Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Nailed it. Jen said trying to trade Kittle for Laporta and ETN. Is that reasonable? He said, or what RB could I get for Kittle? And you got to go find someone that's like tight end needy and kind of start with their team and go from there. All right, time to get out of here. We'll be back for FNT about 3.5 hours away. And peace out to everybody except AS. You're an ass. And
he's just one S away.
We'll see you guys in a few hours. Bogey, send us on home.
Week 6, give me money.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.